glorious.
Thank God
RP
that
session.
wasn't streamed. That would have been bad. Here we go. I'm advocating suicide as a way to escape your friends.
By the way,
None
this
of
is
his
not
friends
being
try to
streamed.
stop him.
Alright, I need to take this phone call, actually. I'll be right back.
God damn it, Waller.
Alright, well, if anyone's watching the stream, nah, who
Allah
am I kidding?
Akbar.
If anyone's watching the stream, who am I kidding?
Who am I kidding? Fuck it.
This is the moment we get discovered and fucking hosted by Critical Role.
For this awkward moment in time.
Critical Role posts this as, look, we found a group more retarded than us.
And now-
that gets us famous.
Opening lines are, wow, I'm really glad nobody heard me advocating suicide as a way to escape your friends.
Are they role-playing, or is this their normal conversation?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Mostly column B.
Yeah, mostly.
98% column. It's just column B. This is how we talk to each other.
Pretty much.
Minnie's the useless, the useless whipping boy.
He is a useless whipping boy. He's not like he's like the useless whipping boy.
He is.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait until I detonate something on all of us.
DPK.
Said you started streaming, Mini?
Yeah, it's up. I should bring it down, but meh.
He is.
I should bring it down, but fuck it.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
If YouTube hasn't figured out I've been streaming and saying whatever the hell I want for the past 2 years now, they're not gonna care.
You bring it down to
don't
all
have, you don't have enough viewers for them to care.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. It's because you're not famous.
Exactly.
Mhm.
If I ever do become
moment-
famous, I'm gonna have a lot of videos to delete.
The moment you become famous,
Let's
Mini,
see,
YouTube's
what
like,
would
right,
it
we're deleting
be?
your entire
This
account right
and-
now.
They start from like day
We
one. You're
found
like, whoa.
376,492 violations. Fine.
Half of them have to do with Nazis.
Only half?
The other half
slacking.
is
Yeah,
war
the
crimes.
other half are sexual harassment
Oh,
cases.
look, I'm responsible for most of my,
I mean,
Look,
look.
if you
violations
want,
for
please
Nazi.
continue. Please
No.
continue describing this.
First off, see Kyle. Second off, thank you. Alright, now that that's over with.
This team speak.
I mean, the other half's probably going to be
Let's move on
not
to
even
guest
joking.
time.
It's going to be war crimes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, beat you to it.
We're going to go to the fucking Hague, and there's going to be that Red Cross representative sitting there, and the judge is going to be sitting there going, "Are you fucking serious right now?"
Dude, they don't even need to get the Red Cross involved with that shit. Have you ever heard of the time that I just literally coded the entire side of a hill in fucking Clafgan and on lithium with fucking Willy Pete? And when I say the entire side of a hill, I mean I literally Willy Pete'd the entire fucking face of a mountain.
Did you miss
I
any of them?
remember that.
Do you recall any of the base defenses we had that I was on the mortar?
Like we just gas people. Like the Akari and Emma. We should just, honest to God, guys, we should just switch to mustard gas at this point. Like it's gonna be the same fucking principle, and it's just gonna be faster.
I mean, again, my point stands.
Apart from Willie Pete sticks to kids, so
I mean, no. That's
Did anyone
napalm
live
that
to tell
way.
the tale?
they both do it.
Actually, I wonder.
If anyone lived to tell the tale, we have a problem.
We use.
We can't be tried for war crimes if there's no witnesses.
Exactly.
Well, Zach, I just had an idea, and I don't want you to shoot this down yet, but I also don't want anyone to tell Waller about the additional war crimes I'm about to encourage.
Oh boy.
Watch the speaker.
60 millimeter and 81 and 82 millimeter napalm.
Make
I mean,
Six
napalm's
to
not
get
even
you
out
hand
outlawed
me
by the
40
US.
Mike napalm, I'll say yes.
I will
84
that
millimeter?
on one condition.
What?
On one, you add.
Airburst.
No, you add time fused 155 napalm.
I like his idea.
Also, halls.
We're going to be fucking firebombing entire cities,
Deal.
aren't we?
Halls.
Yep.
Our new solution to bunker busting is we're going to drop a 155 laser guided through the top of their fucking roof with a 2-second delay on it, and it's going to burn out the entire inside of the bunker.
I mean, you could just drop it on the outside, and it's probably gonna suck up all the oxygen, and
Yeah, but it's
Well,
more
I mean-
fun to watch all
the
the people
reason-
run out screaming.
Reason I said time fuse so was like so I could airburst it about 2 seconds early and just scatter fire.
Oh no,
over
I'm
an
talking.
entire grid square.
No. I was talking about smashing the fucking warhead through the top of somebody's bunker, and when they're sitting there going, "We're safe inside here," suddenly the inside's on fire. I really just need to make us a man-portable flamethrower again.
Hey, Doolittle.
We have one.
We can get one.
We have
Can
one.
we get one without Waller noticing we've added it?
I mean,
What are you
No.
guys talking about needing to add one? We have one.
the
have
instant that's
the
added,
fire
Waller will figure
rockets,
it out
yeah.
because he
No,
will be
we
the one on
have
fire.
we have that one fucking gun that has Dragon's Breath rounds that
No, fuck
essentially
the
do the
Dragon's Breath
same
rounds.
thing.
I want a real goddamn flamethrower. I want
Oh
to
my
wear the tank of gasoline and put the fear of
There is
God
a mod.
in anyone who looks at me.
There is a mod.
Let me find it.
Uh,
I'm
So
looking for it.
does
Found it.
anyone think that 20 kits is a bit overkill?
There it is.
What? 20 what?
20 kits and armor.
I don't even know how many I have.
I have 3.
Yeah. I
Three
literally
out of
made all
yours.
of these yesterday.
Why the fuck did you make that many, dude? Damn, I was bored after like 4.
So I've got multiple 5.56 variants, multiple 7.62 variants,
Look,
DMR.
all right. To the
fucking
Akarian
long gun,
Council, to the Akarian Council of War
MGs.
Crimes, are we in agreement that we need to basically, if it can fire a napalm-based warhead, we need to give it napalm? Because
Yes.
I will add fire weapons to literally fucking everything.
Why did you
Do it.
Napalm?
Are
is
we turning
still-
into the salamanders? Is that what's
Maybe.
happening right now?
Yes.
Don't worry, we'll defend this civilian convoy. Flamethrowers!
Can't kill
Well,
what's already on
sir,
fire?
we defeated the enemy. We got good news and bad news. Okay, what's the good news? We defeated the enemy. What's the bad news? We burned the civilian convoy.
We may have used them as
How?
kindling.
Like they were inside boxes. Yeah, those may have caught on fire.
Everything caught on fire. We may have.
Also,
burned
Halls,
everything
there's
down.
that now.
The fucking sentient Taurox comes running by, fucking on fire,
Yeah,
blaring its
yeah.
horn.
You told me. Yeah, you sent me the picture of it earlier.
Yeah,
but-
well, that was in progress. It's fucking out.
Ah. Ooh, there's a. I love how they named it Burnham.
What?
The first Steam mod I posted there.
Oh.
Well, that's a lot more effective
The
than
burning
fucking
of houses is now
40.
a pretty good thing.
So, you know,
Holy
it's
God,
funny
that
you
dead
mentioned
burst
that.
Animation. That's awesome.
Did I ever tell you guys the story of how I once managed to destroy an entire compound with a single shot from a Carl Gustav?
chain reaction.
Yeah, it was a pretty
I
bad
remember
one.
how Arthur did that once.
Yep. He fired a rocket straight through a tiny ass window to hit a zoo. Hit the zoo. The zoo cook-off wiped out the building with the goddamn press guy in it that we were trying to rescue.
No, so here's the thing. That wasn't even what happened. I was aiming at something outside, and god damn it. Fucking hell. Whatever. Anyways, this is back when I was running with Grimm's group, and he had a larger, like, whole Fipsit thing put together. And I was with the support team because I had the Carl Gustav. And this is when we were using the... It's the one we have in our mod pack that uses the iron sights. You can range out to like 900 meters. So anyways, I was using that one, and we were setting up on this hill as a night op, and I was looking through the fucking night vision shit. I was like, okay, there's a BRDM in the front of the warehouse, there's 2 trucks on the side of the warehouse, and there's like a little building where the rest of the fucking infantry dudes are like hanging out in. So, you know, I'm with the support team, we're setting up to fucking hit this spot. And I was like, okay, so first shot will take out the BRDM, second shots will take out the trucks, third shot, if they're still in there by that time, I'll fucking nuke the barracks where the rest of the fucking homies are hanging out in. And, you know, we'll have most of the stuff taken in. The assault teams will just go in and, you know, that'll be it. So I loaded up heat, and everybody got set up, and the assault teams are sitting there waiting, and they're like, okay, good. Guardian, good to shoot. And I fired, and I saw the BRDM because it was a perfect hit right in the side of the fucking turret. So I saw the cook-off starting, and as I was reloading, my screen whited out, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And I hear over the radios, everybody is flipping the fuck out. And the only thing I'm asking is just like, what the fuck just happened? And right as like my vision starts coming back, I see that the warehouse is gone, the 2 trucks are destroyed, and the buildings that the infantry guys were hanging out in were damaged. And we only lost one of the fucking civilians we were supposed to rescue that night, because the one that got cooked was actually inside the building. The other 3 were in connexes inside the building, so they didn't actually take any damage. And what happened is that the cook-off from the BRDM set off the warehouse, which destroyed the 2 trucks, which damaged the 2 buildings and essentially almost annihilated everything that was in the little compound. All with a single shot.
Nice.
I'm just sitting there just going like, I'm going to the Hague, ain't I? They're like, yeah, probably.
I didn't miss.
No, it was a beautiful shot.
At the end of this, we're all going to be tried in the Hague, aren't we? That's it, isn't it? We're all going to be proper war crimes in the Hague, as to quote Soviet Womble.
You know, and it was fucking hysterical because for like a solid 30 seconds, everybody was flipping the fuck out because the explosion was so massive, it blinded everybody.
What is it, Finny? Why are you looking at me like that? My
Hey,
dog is just
Star,
staring at me.
Yeah.
what night vision mod is that?
I don't know.
Holy.
But I do know I found it on A3 Ti's Discord.
And I'm gonna say it's probably something for TI that's in development.
Yeah.
Because we need it.
We need it.
Yeah, can I just say, fuck that entire hill line. Just fuck that.
I'm assuming they must be flying the frickin' C-130 from USAF.
Yeah,
Yes.
would appear to be. Yeah, it is the 8130.
It's an
Like-
AC-130. I'm just not sure which mod it's from. I'm assuming USAF since it's got all that HUD info on it.
No, but Doolittle, as they say, why I have 20 kits. I'm covering every possible base I could think.
I don't need that many kits to cover that much shit.
Well, it depends on what kit like. If I need to take the MG, or if I need to take a 7.62 rifle, or a more precision rifle, or I need the long gun, or I need to make sure I got AT, AA, variants on which one depending on what kind of rifle system I need.
I have like only 3 kits that I don't have AT on, and that's because they're carrying other heavy weapons. And the rest of my kits, it's just like, oh, I don't need AT? Well, I'm just going to drop this then. Okay, let's go.
And that's not to mention that most of these kits aren't carrying like anything extra like explosives or anything like that. Those will be grabbed when I need.
Which, by the way, I also put a kit together with the 107, and it is so beautiful.
You
I
gotta
have
fuck off.
high explosive rounds for when I want to fuck someone's day up in particular, and then I have slap T rounds to engage essentially everything else. Because the slap T rounds in fucking in Arma are fucking ridiculous.
You can thank our resident mad scientist for that.
I believe they are his creation.
They are his creation. Also, like resident mad scientist. Yes,
The doctor.
Doolittle.
Yeah, I know.
The doctor is in. I still fucking remember that.
Good old
Just-
anti-retard device.
I was there for that. I was there for that fucking mission, and I'm just roaming around with another team, and next thing we just hear a fucking frag go off. We're like, what the fuck? And we come running over. Just everyone is fucking done.
The importance of spacing.
Just fucking around in the street. The mission's over. We're like, la 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 la. We turn a corner. Bang, 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 bang. We're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, that like last dude. Next thing he fucking perfectly throws a frag at you, fucking cunts. Just yeah.
That nobody noticed.
Yep. That motherfucker was just like, these guys are gonna kill me. Frag out.
Yeet.
You're coming with me.
I'm going to go see Allah. You lot can burn in fucking hell.
Alright, I have to leave for a little bit. I'll be back later.
Later.
Alrighty. See you later.
Goodbye. Have a good
User
time.
disconnected from your channel.
Bye. Have a wonderful time.
Bye. Have a bit of a time.
Turtles.
I like turtles.
I am Paul.
Oh fucking free-eyed monkey paw. Fucking sorry, Abe. Forgot about him. Why, Nickelodeon? Why would you do that? It's like at the end of an episode, next thing, hi, I'm Paul. What the fuck is that?
What the fuck was that noise?
that was Zach.
Yep.
But yeah, no, Doodle. All my bases are covered, depending on what we have to do.
So what you're telling me, what I'm hearing is now me and Bilotti each have the personal challenge to
So what if we go up
Hit you
against
with
a civilian riot and lethal options are not authorized?
Napalm.
I have a shotgun kit loaded with nothing but stuns.
Do you have frags in that kit?
Nope. I got 9 bangers though. Because there are 9 bangers that work.
Ace out of them.
You give
Yep.
them a warning. You say if you do not disperse and leave, you will be napalmed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you said lethal force is an option, I have this wonderful thing called a medic kit, got a shit ton of opioids in it. I'm pretty
Well,
sure I can just bribe them into leaving.
Yeah, but we don't want them coming back.
They're not going to come back. We're gonna tell them if they want
I
more,
don't
they
know.
have to go to another country.
We have a case study in this already, Halsworth. It's called the rear.
That's true. There's always
I would
one.
not use. Would you use anything related to a rear or mini as a case study for anything?
Yes.
You know what? I want that the mod pack that
Yes.
had, you know, all the
Child-proofing a
stun rounds.
house.
Okay. Okay, I'll give you that one.
You know what? I would want that mod to add.
Which one?
Big booty bitches.
The one that, you know, gave us the Remington with the stun rounds.
Oh yeah, it's I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
Give us net rounds for a shotgun.
Give us fucking beanbags. I just want to plant someone on the fucking floor as I run by.
Actually, Can
Just
you,
have
Son.
can you fucking
Yeah.
imagine having net rounds?
You
Oh,
know
what
what?
do
you
I'm
do?
just
Just
gonna get-
automatically
I'm just
restrain
gonna
them?
get I'm just gonna get slap. I'm just gonna get slap rounds for riot control. I'm gonna control my riot like Ohio did in the fucking 1970s.
You
Again,
mean by leaving the city and letting rooftop Koreans deal with it? Wait, no,
Yeah.
that was LA.
That was
Oh,
like
fucker.
fucking roof Koreans. I fucking love roof Koreans. It's such a good thing.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the Kent State shootings, bro. You know, the whole we're protesting things. National Guard shoots them.
Whoopsie
I mean-
daisy.
again,
Hmm.
We're
Riot
protesting.
control. Riot control with slap rounds. Protesting, rioting. It's all the same difference.
Yeah, whatever. Protesting, rioting. You over the loudspeaker say, if you do not disperse, you will be napalmed. And then if they don't, you know, I don't know, a kilometer or half a kilometer away, drop napalm, and you see that, that will be you in the next 2 minutes if you don't leave. And then if they don't leave, it's called Darwin's Ward.
I hate to break it to you, but cities are bigger than a kilometer.
Ah,
You just dropped napalm on a school.
Fuck the school. It wasn't
were
needed
rioting too.
anyways.
There you go, Kenthe.
Sorry, I had to use my paramedic voice with my uncle. We're good. So,
Why?
oh, I had to explain to him why hospice is a good thing and not horrible. So,
Oh, for your grandma.
yeah, we're considering putting her on it. So,
And his fucking, he was like, hospice is bad! And you're sitting there going, alright, dumb fuck, sit the fuck down and take a lesson from little old, I actually know how to take care of people. Hospice is a good
I told
thing
him,
and more people should
by
be
the
on
way,
it.
for the people at YouTube, if you ever have to put anybody in hospice, they can come off of it if they get better. So.
Yep, it's not permanent death. It just makes them so much more comfortable in everyone's lives. So
Yep.
much better while that is going on. For the
Is-
love of God, put your family members on hospice, treat them
Yes, you
right so
go.
they don't suffer as they die.
And
Do
then
you
if they
want
get
their
better,
last month, yes. Do you want their last month of life to be fucking painful, suffering, and shitty?
Absentee people do.
he's
There you
caring
go.
in his own way. I get where he's coming from. It's just he's not informed, and that's all it is. But anyway,
That's why we inform people.
Yep.
With
You
baseball
stuck
bat
around.
when needed.
Past the Nazi shit, bombing civilians.
Hospice.
Yeah, there's one good
That's
piece of
great.
advice in this 20-minute stream so far. Congratulations.
It
who
was
wants-
it was bad.
Who wants to review what happened last time in D&D?
Memes.
I don't know, but what's happened in the last fucking 20 minutes is, you know, we're all headed straight to the Hague. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
I mean,
Well, I can tell you exactly what happened in last session. See this guy here?
yeah, he got yeeted by a Tazar.
There. And that's what happened last session.
There you go.
That's what
Okay.
happened last session.
So,
We killed a bitch.
by the
We
way,
killed him,
Minnie, I'm sorry.
fucking raised him.
If you ever wanted to be monetized,
You don't have a chance anymore.
not anymore.
Nope.
I mean, not at all. So there
He'll
you
get
go.
offered a
Hitler.
YouTube partnership, and then in the same email, they're gonna go, "Oh God, why were we
What-
thinking
what-
this?"
what have you done?
Oh god, oh fuck. What are these videos back from your past? You're gonna have to delete these, and Minnie's response is going to be they stay or I go, and they're gonna go.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
So, Minnie,
Anyway.
we were reviewing potentially making you monetize, but in review, our AI has counted at least 2,342 times of the use of Hail Hitler. What do you have to say?
That's probably on the low end.
See,
Yeah, that one. Yeah, Minnie's response that would be
I don't,
damn.
Minnie
your
doesn't
bot's
really
broken.
say, "Hey, yo,
By the
Hitler."
way,
He
Halls,
says, "Seek
check your-
hell."
Yeah, check your
Fair enough.
message.
Oh, I gotta boost up those numbers then.
Ah,
I like
think
Sea
Yeah,
Kyle.
it's
they think things have changed again, huh?
Oh, we'll talk after. But anyway,
Now we can finally get this shit started.
Welcome
Yeah.
to tonight's episode of Critical Role.
Oh my
A bunch of
God.
us nerdy nerds sit around and play Dungeons.
my
and
God, kid, dude.
And copyright strike.
Copyright strike. I mean,
Nope. Because that's not Matt saying it.
and we're not Critical Role by any means. For the YouTubes, we're not
Yeah, oh
Critical
God,
Role.
we're not
we
Critical
are
Role. Don't ever
dumb
hold
dumbs
us to
We
their
that-
standard of
fucking
glory.
we wish we were Critical Role.
dum dums.
We're critical stupid.
If I
Well-
could be, if I could
Yeah.
be a
Kill
GM,
critically
if I could be
something, but
Matt
it ain't critical
Mercer,
role.
if I could be Matt Mercer and be a GM full time, and
You would
actually
be
make money out of
permanently
it,
face palmed, as if,
I
if you were
mean,
Matt Mercer. You would just
I'd
be
be
face
okay with
palmed
this.
constantly.
I'd be okay with this. But anyway,
We would probably set Waller on fire if he ever tried to be Matt Mercer, like literally in a drunken
I mean,
rage
I'd
of,
have
how
to learn-
dare you approach the god!
I mean, I kind of have to learn how to actually do voices. That'd be the one thing as a GM.
Yeah,
that I
you
need
do need to learn how to do
Yes.
voices.
So that is something I will be
Be a
working
voice
on.
actor, Waller.
I know, right?
God.
Thought about it.
That
Thought
helps.
about it.
Jesus. Come on,
Can
Waller.
I
get
just
your
say
shit
something
together.
out?
Yes, Brexit.
My mother just called me into her room, called me weird.
That sounds like a fetish.
Anyway,
So she lost a friend yesterday to cancer, and she's shouting at me and my dad, calling us weird because we've not lost a friend who is that close, and we don't know what she's going through. I'm sorry, we haven't had that life experience yet. Not our fault.
Is she drunk? She sounds really drunk.
sounds
She's
like
out
it.
of it. She's out of it.
Mhm,
She always
mhm.
is, yeah.
Like, she sounds absolutely fucking shit-faced, bro.
But anyway, we pick up from last time after literally, banishing the whole Baylor back and shooting him with the ship and watching him fall to the earth. I think it's literally, you guys are probably right after the combat. So, you guys are still on the ship. It's maybe 10 minutes after the Baylor fell and crushed everything. So, what do y'all want to do? You want to go down and investigate it, or do you guys want to go back to Alrod?
I mean, it's not nailed down, so
It's not nailed down.
So Baylors, they're just kind of like incarnations of fire, essentially, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they don't really wear anything, right?
No. Well, because they're more.
I'm not asking if his dick is hanging out. I'm just asking if he has
No.
anything useful on him.
No.
it sounded a bit
If
awkward.
there's
but,
anything useful on him, it's probably melted by then. So no, it's just more of like, do you want to harvest like certain pieces of like, I don't know,
Baylor
demon
ash.
horn,
Campfire?
ash, teeth, anything like that.
I'll go take some teeth.
Okay.
All right.
claws, teeth.
Absolutely nobody questions the tiefling going down.
Yep,
To just be
tiefling
like,
is
I'm gonna
going down.
take this.
Take this.
Don't mind me, I'm
Would
just
I
gonna
actually know
buy
any use
these.
from Baylor body parts? I doubt it, but
They'd probably be used in certain kinds of spells that you probably aren't too privy to. So I would say the tiefling, like, Gamos would probably know their worth just because of his background being a tiefling, because he probably dealt with people that dealt with this. I mean, you also could take trophies and stuff too if you wanted. I mean, for you personally, like for your magics, you really don't know of anything that would, be in particular use to.
It's free body. It's
yeah,
free.
I doubted that anything would be useful to me. So
Mm-hmm.
It's
But
free body parts.
It's free real estate.
But you can get you can get the horns and stuff and make things out of that as well if you want. So, or you head a Baylor. I mean, there is that too. You can just put it up as a trophy.
I mean,
set your house
It'll
on
be-
fire.
it'll be a good.
He can put its skull on the front of
Motivational
our
device.
ship as a figurehead.
I mean, you guys can do that too if you wanted to.
People
I
are like,
mean,
oh, that's a neat
Baywater
Baylor head you had.
probably-
What do you mean carved?
Yeah, yeah.
What?
Baywater probably wouldn't say no, just because he watched his ship just annihilate it. So, and that's literally probably his first major kill with the actual cruiser.
I mean,
No,
you know,
it's mine.
it will be a good morale booster for the forces as well, knowing that yes, it is possible to kill a fucking Baylor
Baylor.
ship.
Possibly kill a Baylor. We have a giant fuck off, fuck you cannon.
Multiple cannons.
Hey,
Yeah, but-
fuck you, Ken.
Yeah, but what I mean is, like the whole aspect of hey, we can strike them down. Adds a lot of morale to a lot of people seeing that.
So
yeah,
yeah. What do y'all
yeah,
want to
fuck it,
do? You can go
Uh,
down and behead the Baylor.
I mean, didn't like all of its skin turn to ash? Isn't just
Some
like
of it
fucking...
did. I mean, there's pieces of it, like the skeleton and stuff is still there. It's like
Yeah.
the skin itself has melted away.
It basically did the Skyrim dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Well, yeah. Fuck it. I'll go claim its
Claim the
head.
head.
Whoa, I'm
Or-
taking some
or-
teeth out of there.
Yeah, you can take some teeth out of there. I don't give a crap.
So you see Scabos and Darius jumping over the side by themselves, and
You find 2 Baylor horns, 1 Baylor head, 7 Baylor bones, and a sweet roll.
Sweet roll.
Wait, what?
That's Skyrim for you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck
Yeah,
it, I'm
you
taking
find
the
weird-
sweet roll and I'm taking some teeth.
You find some weird shit in dragon bodies.
Anyway,
Like,
you guys get the
David
head and the
Greatsword.
teeth, and you're gonna go mount it to the front of the boat, or front of the ship. Darius,
Yeah, I'll probably have some of the sailors help
So-
me rig it to it.
are you gonna rig it to the bow, or are you gonna rig it up on like a freaking pole on the front of it, like on the actual deck part of the ship? Are you putting it on the?
I would rig it to the bow so it doesn't
Okay.
obstruct the field of fire. That's
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's me talking out of character.
Okay. So you guys
Yeah.
are able to do that. You now have a Baylor head adorned the front of the ship.
Instead of... Oh, fuck. What is it that ships usually had there as a way of... Like, a super...
This one had nothing because it was steel. So
Yeah, I know. Because we stopped
They had
doing
a
it.
figurehead.
it's
Figurehead,
usually it was
We
usually
now
like
have
a
the-
mermaid or something like that. You've got a Baylor. So there you go.
I mean, dragon
We know-
head.
Oh.
Now, the Baylor head's pretty freaking big as well, so it's
Yeah. I mean,
not like it's small.
It's not. I mean, the ship is still pretty big too. So
I know the ship is... Compared to the ship, the Baylor head's tiny, but
yeah.
people would still be able to walk by and notice that it's a Baylor head if
Yeah.
they saw it. Like, oh shit! Motivational device.
Piss us off and you end up like him.
What are we turning into? The fucking Ravagers from fucking
We work
Yes.
for a demon
The
pope, so we might
Revos.
as well be.
Reavers. Sorry, the Reavers from fucking Serenity of Firefly.
Anyway, so do you guys want to head back to Aileron?
We do have...
I rather imagine there's an army heading this way.
Yeah, there's an army
There
heading
is.
this way.
There is. You want to go find the army, or do you just want to wait here?
I mean, it'll be good to make sure that nothing tries to sneak its
Ah.
way up while the army's inbound, I guess.
All right. So, is there any conversations that need to happen within the group while you guys wait? Opportunity is now.
means no.
Nope, a rear. Oh no, you went down. No, you're back up on the ship, right, Skamos?
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah, everybody's on the ship at this point.
A rear is gonna go knocking on Skamos' door and I want to inspect, figure out how to use.
So how I imagine a Ray walking up because he's so excited, he's just like that on the door.
Basically, yeah.
What
You
is
can't-
Scamos's reaction to the door knocking? That sounds
It's
like,
like-
more
it's like-
vibrating than.
Sounds like a fucking jackhammer.
Oh.
It's just
What
non-stop.
the fuck is that noise?
It's me.
It's just
Oh,
a Ray
rear?
on the other side going, Scabos.
Literally.
It's gone
What do
full
you-
Sheldon.
Oh,
The-
I'll
the-
swing. I'll fucking sit there and fuck it. I'll open the door with a mage hand.
Hi, Skamos. I just want to see that sound device.
I'm quite literally sitting on it, looking at him.
That thing. I want to figure out how it works.
All right,
And this is how a rear loses a hand.
come on in. Shut the door
Scamos
behind
shows
you.
him. Scamos shows him.
Oh god,
by, like,
this is
I'm
taking another
I'm
turn.
literally tell him, come on in. Shut the door behind you.
Oh no.
He slams it.
Taking another.
I'm gonna
This
put
is
my
taking
hand
another
up towards him. Couple of rules to this.
Okay.
1, you do not take it all the way apart until you're 100% sure you know how to put it back together.
Got it.
2, no experimenting on this one. If you want to try and do any weird or crazy shit, I will help you get the supplies to make your own, and you can do any of your weird stuff on that. I need this one.
Rear's eyes go wide like
3. You do
Oh my
not
God.
get to make any plans or sell any plans based off of anything you learn here.
I'm assuming Tazar probably had the conversation about Porsche with him, like just legitimately, like
Yeah.
while you
Like,
guys
yeah,
were sailing
so
around.
I mean, who's he gonna
And
sell the
trust
plans
me-
to? Darius?
When I say this, I mean it.
Rear's eyes, you go from wide like, yes, you'll help me. Oh.
You can design and use them for yourself. I'm okay with you using them in your inventions for things, but no selling just direct copies of it.
Very well accepted. I will make sure these are put in my do not sell and or otherwise distribute category. The shelf is pretty empty for that one anyway.
Pretty sad that you actually have a shelf for that. But anyway,
Okay.
Mostly collecting dust.
At that point, we'll hop off the amp, and I will slide it over to him and let him start taking a look at it.
And I will be...
oh my gosh, really? Be right back.
We'll just meme this while Waller's gone.
Mm.
Quick, who's the resident pretend DM?
Plot twist, it's me.
No, God, no, 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 no.
Well, it comes back, the
Nine,
entire
nine,
world's
nine,
burning.
Hey,
Okay.
Waller, we were TPK'd while you were gone.
So,
I shot
what,
Baywater
what,
and
what,
drove
what
the
is
ship
it you
into the
want
ground.
to do with this?
Hmm?
So you want to try and pull it apart a little bit to have a look? Is that the idea, or?
Oh, yeah. Well, first things first, the immediate aspect is going to be just create
hammer to it.
basic... No, that's secondary. No, the first thing is create, drawings based on what you can see. Try and break it down individually based on just the outside visual appearance for component parts. And then, if that, well, that's never enough, then it's piece by piece, break down, reassemble. So break that piece down, reassemble it.
Okay,
And
so
then
you're
you
going to
document
be, so you're drawing your plans up on this while this is happening, and Scatmouse, you just sort of sat there watching him, right? Just keeping it.
Sitting there sharpening a knife.
Yeah, just.
Actually, no, I take it back. First thing is going to be the drawings for the outside appearance. Second is going to be operational use. So I would have Scamos actually use it, and so I could see how it functioned.
Okay, well, for that demonstration, I'll show him how it works, which is by plugging it in and demonstrate that it basically takes the sound that the guitar makes, and instead of just playing it based off the strings, plays it out through the speaker and kind of changes it. And I'll show him how you can distort and change the sound, both with little tidbits of magic and with actual equipment.
And then from this, Arir should, I'm assuming I wouldn't roll, but if I do, or when he comes back, we'll figure out, the actual, how it generates sound. And I'm assuming it's, membrane, the actual thing vibrating, just a normal speaker.
Like for that, would you like remove the outer casing to have a look in? I would assume.
As long as he doesn't fuck with any of the internal electronics till he knows better.
So
and all that stuff, he can
so
take
how
the
an
case
amp
off.
works, Mini, is it has everything is inside of a case.
Mhm.
So you would have to remove the case to have a look at the internal workings of it.
Well, the actual...
As I recall, amps tend to have capacitors in them, right?
But yeah, so that's pretty much what I would be doing, and I'd figure out how it worked and how it's actually producing the sound. Now, I know there's magic thrown into it, so...
You
I
could
don't know
cast
if
magic.
We're doing the... Instead of electricity, it's magic aspect?
I mean, you could probably create a rune to power it.
Yeah, and that's something where I would figure out inside what is actually powered by.
You're a dwarven engineer who used runic magic to create a construct. You know how to make runes. Congratulations.
Dun, 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 dun.
He knows how to
And
make
yeah.
dwarven runes.
Yeah, but Dwarven runes for powering things is probably
Mm-hmm.
stable. So, I mean,
Question
look at
is,
Plode.
does he know how to make the runes? Is it actual runic in there, or is it just straight electricity?
Don't know. I haven't taken it apart.
Mm-hmm.
So this is an out of character thing. Your amp, how does it
Yep.
run? Does it run on you feeding magic into it, or
Yes. Yes, it is not powered by like, we sit on a generator or anything. It is magically powered.
Okay.
So is it just straight magic, or is it electrical?
It basically what I do is I use the magical energy to power the actual electrical components of it. So it's basically like you charge a battery with fucking magical energy, and as you use it, it burns off that energy to do all the electrical funds it needs to do.
Okay.
So in my head, I'm thinking I couldn't become a hero, so I became a shop clerk instead.
So it's magic the whole way through. Then it just mimics electricity.
Pretty much. The simplest way I can think of to do that is it does all the electricity things the way it should do them with electricity. Just the power source, instead of it being someone sitting there with oh yeah, I'm pumping electricity down a wire. It's here's the
So there's
So
something
it's
in there
electrical,
that acts as a
but uses
conductor
magic
for
to
the
create the
magic.
electricity. Then
Yes.
There's a component in there that conducts magic and then gets transferred
Yes.
into being electricity.
And I'm going to guess that
TLDR
the
cast
runes that
lightning
do that
bolt on
aren't
it, you can
dwarven.
charge. Yeah, no, they're definitely not.
But he could easily find the dwarven equivalents.
If he can read them.
If he can read them, or someone explains them all to him, which, depending on how nicely he asks, he might get taught.
Wait, what pieces of these are there?
This is all out of character, Benny. This is just getting a basic idea
They're
of.
trying to get a basic idea of how it works.
Ah.
So they can explain to you as you figure things out how it should work.
Most of Rear's interest in it is not the specifics, but it's how it is actually generating the sound. Once he knows that, he's probably going to go off on doing his own thing for how to have it powered, have it...
Now, the scary part about this is everyone's just going to be asleep or just casually chilling somewhere, and next thing, all the fucking windows are going to get blown out on the goddamn ship.
I got it.
Motherfucker! It's like...
And then, yes.
Fucking Arrear is deaf for like the next week.
Arrear, what did you do?
What?
He's just looking at you with this expression. Huh?
What?
Speak up.
You fucking idiot.
What?
No, I'm Arrear.
You fucking idiot. No, I'm Arrear.
Same thing.
Yeah, we know you're an ass.
What?
What? That's making me think, like, Arrear's like what is making me think of the Sword Art Abridged, when when the fucking game master has everybody gathered up and he's explaining how shit works, and there's just a guy in the crowd going, "What?
What?" So how go the whole freaking?
So we got it to the point where he hasn't had to roll for anything yet.
Okay.
So he's done drawings on the externals of it, and I'm assuming he's removed the case to have a look.
If that was required in order to see the actual membrane, moving back and forth with the frequency input, then yeah.
Yeah. So roll me an intelligence check there, Mr. Arrear.
To see if you understand how it's all working. I'm assuming.
Yeah, and I basically talked them through Waller how it's magically powered and it feeds into the electricity and it's runes and it's not going to be dwarven runes. So good luck for him understanding unless he can, understand.
The dwarven runes have a specific sound when they use
19.
it. Like there is probably dwarves that have used this in the past or something similar.
Right. I'm just saying that the runes.
You do know he can read Abyssal.
Yes.
Yeah, I
know.
Dwarven runes have a specific sound.
Has he made an effort to actually try and translate them yet, or did he just glance at them and be like, "Oh, runes," and keep going?
Some amps have different sounds, can't they? You know that, right? They sound different. Like you can actually
that
hear
is
the difference.
I was gonna do something, and then people kept talking, and I didn't want to do it over.
Okay. All right. So Rear, you got 19. You actually understand that you would be able to do this. Now, you may need help with the runes, per se, because that's not really your field of runic magic, but you
Runes
would
are?
have the ability, it's not your specific field, let's put it that way, of runes.
He knows how to probably make simplified runes for like making the construct powered and stuff. So he can probably do a power rune. It's just that he needs something to convert
The
power.
actual amp, the amp rune, basically, what I'll
Conversion.
call it, yeah.
The conversion
Alrighty.
of power rune, basically. Because if you don't, it's just going to explode.
Now, Scamos might know how to do that, actually, so that's up to Scamos.
Wait, Scamos, what runes are these? They don't look dwarven. Are these abyssal?
No. I mean, what do you think they would be, man? Come on, think about it.
Now, are they actually written in abyssal? Like,
Yes.
Yes, these are
Okay.
abyssal runes.
well, I'm gonna assume they're abyssal based on the fact that I can read them, and it's not common or dwarven.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Cool.
Oh my god, Minnie.
And her at that point's like, do you happen to know what these are doing? And is it power? Is it power distribution, amplification?
It's basically, yeah, all of it, man. Like, the runes literally are what make this whole thing function and work.
You don't happen to know if there's any dwarven equivalent, do you?
You're gonna try and make this on your own, aren't you?
Well, I mean,
Yes.
yeah. This is probably going to be put into everything: the ship, the tank, the construct, the mech.
Jesus Christ.
What were you going to try and do?
Give me...
Anthony?
Huh?
Hold
What were you trying to do really quick? Hang on, pause.
What?
What were you going to do? You said you were going to do something, or try to?
It's lost the context.
It
Okay.
is a joke. But
Okay.
but Kante, don't worry, I got you.
There you go. There you go. Yes. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna give me an override where I can play my music and anything from anywhere in the ship whenever I want for it, and I'll translate them to you so you can actually try and find them yourself.
Deal. You want one for the tank as well? And
Yes.
you got it.
By the way, did you guys have the conversation about the tank?
No, we've not.
Okay.
But now that he's mentioned that there's a tank, and what's this tank you're talking about?
You know,
Is it
big...
like a tank of water?
Yeah, like a tank. What is a tank?
No, it's the hang on, and he's gonna turn around to his bag of holding and basically start rifling. And no, that's the bomb drawing. No, that's another bomb drawing.
Drawing.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. This is the high yield.
Oh,
That's Plode 1.
Hang on. A high yield what?
Nothing. And he's
No,
gonna...
let me see this. I'm
And he's
interested.
like, nope,
Let's see
and
this.
here it is. And he pulls
hang
out
on,
the tank one.
I'm gonna try and reach into the bag of holding to grab the drawing he was just putting back in there.
Turns
I
out
want
it's
to
a
see
bag of
this high
devouring.
yield explosion.
Wait,
High
Skamos, do you have
explosion.
any lighters or anything? Careful.
You reach in there and you pull it out and you pull out a stick of dynamite. Skamos.
Oh!
What is this?
Let's just say if I
I'll start
give
flipping
you...
it back and forth. I'm gonna start flipping it back and forth in my hand.
Over here's just sitting there sweating. Like, oh god.
It's like, I'm not meant to have that. Nobody knows I have that.
Rear's looking half like in eager anticipation for if he drops it, and then yet half horror. Let's
I'm gonna create a puff of smoke between
What,
Rear's face.
prestidigitation?
Yeah, prestige, a puff of smoke between Rear's face and the dynamite as I'm flipping this back and forth in my hand still.
Rear instantly drops
what
to the
is
ground
this?
and still sees
So
You just see it drop to the ground.
I'm just gonna pocket it quietly once he drops to the ground. All right, it's put back. Calm down.
it.
So what were you gonna say?
You still have the dynamite, don't you? Whatever. Just don't... I can get more. Don't... Whatever you do, just careful with it and don't light the fuse end with any fire source. If
And
it
then
starts
keep holding
sparking, if it starts sparking and you just hear, find a decent empty space with nothing you care about and throw it that way, and you'll be fine. Oh, and duck and cover, preferably behind something large and sturdy.
I will keep this in mind.
Great. Now you know.
Anyways,
Explosive.
the tank.
Ah, yes, the tank. And he pulls out the thing and he lays the engineering drawing out in front. Well, you see, it's got it's a giant armored vehicle that can withstand a lot of punishment, and also has I forget which cannon we had on it, but in character, I'm just gonna a giant cannon, kind of like the ones we fired on the ship, but smaller.
Do we have one of these, or is this just
Yeah,
a drawing?
It's in the hold.
Is it? Because I don't remember giving you a fucking tank.
It's in the hold. He
We
literally
got it
got
from
one.
Porsche before we,
Yeah, they loaded
can
it
we
into
take
the.
this conversation down there and take a look at it?
It
Absolutely.
was back in
Wait,
was back
Wolfenstein, I think.
Yeah.
but before we do, can I get the sound device?
You never
Oh, okay,
reversed
yeah,
it.
yeah,
You
yeah.
never
Do you have any paper?
reversed it, Darius.
Absolutely. He pulls out like 2 giant reams of paper, engineering thing.
I'm going
This
to
is-
translate all the runes for him and how they lay out and work together into a language he can understand, and then give it to him and tell him that's the rough translations of everything. You may need to be more specific on certain aspects when you're actually making this.
Haha, he's gonna hold it up and be like, a rough translation, Scamos, and puts the date on it, and then he pulls out a stamp. He's like, fuck, wrong one. Puts that one in, pulls out another one. He's like, yeah, haven't used this one in a while, but okay. Stamps it, and it reads,
blows off the dust. Blows
Yep.
off the dust for the bag of holding. It's just like.
stamp reads, engineering use only, not for resale and or, not for,
Can I just point out that
redistribution.
that dust is probably gunpowder,
Yeah,
It
it
is.
probably is.
and he's just launched that in
Is
your
that-
fucking room.
What?
Astral sea dust. Don't breathe this.
It disperses eventually. And he kind of just shoos it off, like spreads it out even further. He's like, it's harmless once it's diluted and spread out over time.
You guys head down to the hold.
Yes.
You guys walk by Darius and you see a rear with like a big smile on his face, and Gamos like shadowing behind him, just like I guess like in the shammiest way possible. Halls, I think.
Shammiest way possible.
I would assume.
Scamus is a sham.
Yeah.
Gamos.
So what is Shamos? What is your reaction to that when you watch by? Do you follow them, Darius? You see them going down towards the cargo hold very rapidly.
Darius just walking by. He just sort of stops and goes, and looks behind him like, the hell are they going?
Why the hell are they friendly?
What's going on here?
Warning.
Yeah, this should set off
The
any
red
alarm bell.
flags. All of the red flags.
The only thing that could make this worse is if Tazar was there too.
Which Tazar isn't.
No. But Darius, do you follow them?
Yes, Darius is
Are you
going to follow
going to
them.
stealth follow them, or you want to do it stealthily?
I'm going to attempt it stealthily. Yes, why not?
And remember, you have your plate mail.
Clank,
I
clank,
do,
clank,
so I
clank.
get a
Yes.
-5, I do believe.
I think it's 2. If I remember for plate.
I think it's -5.
The 5? Okay.
I need to find my book to confirm that. That's the monster manual. Where did I put it?
Okay, there's weapons. Fuck is armor? There's armor.
-5?
Disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage.
Okay.
So I'd have to.
The -5 is more of like a Starfinder,
Yeah.
5e doesn't do
Okay.
negatives except for cover.
just as advantage and disadvantage.
Gamos, are you gonna actively
Fine.
look?
Nope, I have no need to be thinking
Okay.
that someone's stalking me on board our own ship.
Well, yeah, I would have liked that natural 20, but oh well.
Ah!
Ha!
Ah! What'd you get?
Non-natural 20.
Ah! That's not bad.
It's just-
So,
I rolled a natural 20 and then I got a
could
17. I was
literally,
like, "God damn."
we get a montage scene while they're heading down to the cargo hold, and it's literally like the Kronk scene from No Person New Groove where he's sneaking, and you just see Darius like sneaking from, and then like Scamos turns around, and you just see him da da da.
Even with a natural, even with a non-natural 20.
I mean,
Dude,
you're
I'm not
doing it,
actively
but
looking for you.
but-
You're
no, see, Scamos doesn't see him. He's trying. He's even trying to hide from like other crew. Tazar just happens to walk by. Darius is like pressed
Just-
up against the wall, and
Wall.
Tazar is just staring at him like,
what?
What the
okay.
Because he
Right.
just points at the two of them walking down the hall like, this is a problem.
Yeah, you have this scene, by the way. You like they enter the cargo hold like right at the so that they pass through the door, and Tazar, you walk by and you see Darius just like frozen on the wall like that Kronk freeze pose, just
I
like
just kind of look at him as I'm walking by, like,
Jesus.
all right, whatever.
Tazar's just like, do 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 do.
Darius. Do you say anything to Tazar, or do you just walk in, just like gather yourself and walk in?
Like if he's not paying attention, if he's like,
No,
eh,
Tazar
whatever.
looks directly at you, but he just kind of keeps walking, like,
Tazar don't
kind
give a
of
shit.
he's just kind of like humming as he walks along, and then he sees you, stops humming, looks at you with his brow furrowed, but keeps walking. He's like, what?
Like, not
what?
my fucking problem.
Like, are you looking direct? Like, so you're looking directly
He looks
at him.
directly into your face, but he just keeps walking.
Those two shouldn't be. As he's like walking away, why are those two hanging out together?
Tazar turns, looks like he's gonna say something, and goes, "No, no,
Nope.
You know what?
Not
I
deal.
don't, no,
No, I don't want to deal with this bullshittery today.
nope."
You'll hear down the hallway.
From down the hall, you hear, "Nope." As Tazar is leaving.
From down the hallway, you hear Rear ask Scamos. By the way, Scamos, do you happen to know? It's an old song, the old marching song. I believe it was.
No,
Erica.
no. God damn it!
I believe that's its name.
Why do you ask?
You wouldn't know how to play that, would you? That's one of my favorite songs.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Wasn't that a song used by a group of humans that went a bit genocidal against other races?
He whispers over Scamos' shoulder.
You walk in and you guys see Darius walking at this point, and you guys both turn and look as he says,
Oh, hi, Darius.
That's in character. You've done it, Darius."
Fine.
Yeah.
Hi, what are you? Hi, Darius. What's up?
I'm very concerned about.
There's a
this.
tank. Like you walk in the room and they're like standing next to a tank that's like completely set for transport in the cargo bay. Like they have it on a pallet, and for the crane and everything, and they literally put it in the cargo hold.
So
Yeah.
I'm literally like Darius when he says I'm very concerned about this. He's just like sort of indicating widely to like and lassoing them and the tank.
He's just showing me the tank. He was talking about it when we were discussing the design stuff, and I've never like seen anything like this. It's actually,
It looks like a Mark
Yeah.
IV halls. It's Mark IV visually.
what other designs do you have for this?
For this specifically,
Yeah,
well,
like any?
I mean, the original design is not mine.
I'm climbing up on the tank to take a look at it.
Maybe,
Yeah.
and Rear's just watching. He's
The
not
one
concerned.
difference between like the War One Mark IV and this one is it actually has a turret on top of it that can actually rotate 360. It's a small like 2-pounder gun. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it is being able to rotate. So
Yeah, the original deal I did, it was supposed to have Porsche producing them in mass, and me working with them, but they screwed me, as you know. And then they also attempted to screw Darius. But yeah, this is my tweaked design from Mr. Sticks, who may have had the original design, and I attempted to sell the original, well, successfully, might I add, sold the design to Porsche.
Does Scamos put together who he means by Mr. Sticks? Is the question.
Nope.
I don't think he's met Boomsticks yet. I don't have you.
Nope.
No, you did in passing. Like you did
In passing, I have never been
character.
introduced as this is Boomsticks.
Yeah.
So because you saw the dwarf that had that injury
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, but
that
all I saw was a
was-
fucking dude getting fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you clearly have this face of like confusion when he mentions like Mr. Sticks, right?
yeah. It's like Mr. Sid, whatever. Okay, not the important thing at the moment. Is
You,
basically
you,
my
you,
stance.
you know the dwarf that was in the tent with the Pope?
Oh, him?
Yes, he stole his design and is now indentured servitude towards him.
It wasn't stealing.
Ah.
I didn't know they were his.
They were in
I
his
claim ignorance.
workshop,
Yeah,
which you stole from his journal, which had his name on it.
Yes, well, his construct tried to kill me.
Did kill you.
Fair point.
Anyways,
I
there's
love how
no other
Scammo
design.
doesn't bat an eye at. Yes, it did kill him.
Fucking demon.
Yeah, but he's a dwarf.
Yeah, but
No,
fucking...
specifically a fucking demon.
A fucking demon,
Wait.
yeah.
Yeah, you're a bard, so.
Anyway, I do have other designs in the works. One's for a more medium version, but up-armed for a different gun. And then another's a super heavy variant with basically that has magical protection in
My God.
it as well. But
Literally,
It's a
Mini-
fucking mouse.
Mini's making a tiger. Oh, God.
Tiger 2.
So
Those are just concepts, though, haven't functioned. However, this one works just fine, and if you go inside, you can see all of the different crew compartments.
I'll climb inside it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it is cramped. Like, this one's actually steam powered. It is not runic powered.
How tall are you, Scammos?
Yeah, how tall are you, Scamos?
Like-
I forget.
Fuck, I don't even remember off the top of my head.
6 foot, 5'9",
5'6".
5'6". Oh, actually, you would fit quite well in here, but you can tell it is pretty tight. Like someone like Darius getting in there, it's going
Not
to be
gonna go
pain
well
in the
for
ass. No, probably not.
This
but-
thing is Darius is like 6'1".
You can tell in here that it's very much like if you've seen pictures of the interior of a Mark IV, it's very Spartan in here. It's like there's a little metal seat like they made out of. They probably made it at a blacksmith, put it in there. You've got the engine with the couple pipes out the top. Very like steam engine, like steam paddle boat kind of style piping. It's not hard. It's not like super modern steam engine, but it's more old school, like 1800s.
Triple expansion type.
Yeah. Like there is some smokestacks behind the turret, so you don't have full 360 with the turret, but you have.
I mean, at least
pretty
it's not
good.
a fucking hit in this engine.
Yeah.
Those things are weird.
Yeah. So, but you can tell that there's crew compartments. There's one. The guy gets up in the turret. You actually have to like stand on like this little ledge that they built just to load the gun. Like it's kind of a pain in the ass. Like there's a lot of corners cut when Rear designed this.
Sounds more like a 38T than a Mark IV.
Yeah, it's kind of like a 38T mixed with a Mark IV. Yeah.
Okay.
But it has a crew of 6 in total in here. It's a lot. Moving the ammo and loading all the guns. Yeah. Mark IV's had crews of 6, many. Actually, they had more than that.
Oh,
They had
it's
crews
a Mark
of
IV.
Yeah, like
Oh,
original.
it's a Mark IV with like a 38T turret type deal.
Yes.
Okay, I get it now.
Yes. It's slow as balls. It has lots of dudes in it, and yeah, there you go.
Turned into a real sweaty sausage
And
fest.
it sounds
Yes.
like
Very
it's,
good.
and it sounds like a steam locomotive when it's moving.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Interesting. Kind of pop out of it, looking around. So
Pop out the top of the turret. You pop out of the turret.
Yep.
The hatches.
So you said you had one with like a bigger gun. How much bigger?
well, no, that one I don't have that. That's just a concept.
Well, like a concept, yeah,
mid-drawing.
but like how much bigger is the gun?
Oh, well, what caliber is this one?
It's a 2-pounder.
In
So-
German metric units.
In German metric units.
What is a 2-pounder in German metric? Hang on.
So he designs everything in German metric, apparently.
Oh, of course.
Minnie, are you a part of the Fourth Reich?
40 mil.
40 mil. Yeah, it would be a 40 mil.
Well, the next one, well, both of the other ones that I have concept theory will almost more than double the caliber.
So
Yeah, Porsche is
what,
putting into production one with a bigger
like
cannon.
a 4-pounder.
Yeah, well, that's another unit. So I don't use that unit. It's gonna be the 88 millimeter.
Huh? How big are the guns that we have up? the
The
deck.
ones on the turrets are
6-pounders.
6s right now on the
Yeah, so they're-
turrets.
they're big.
Yeah.
Which is what, pal? Which is what in his metric units?
Probably looking at over 100 mil.
Not for 6-pound. 6-pound would be. Panther, you got it?
I can quickly. The QF 6-pounder, if you're talking British guns,
Yes, that's what I'm basing it off of.
is 2 and 2.25.
57
inches.
millimeter,
So 57.
57 mil.
which 57 mils are generally regarded as being quite good anti-tank guns.
Yep.
Fucking, so he wants, so Mini wants to basically mount a pack fucking 8.8 on
Yes.
a good
He's
god.
literally making a tiger is what he wants to make.
I don't know
Oh.
if it would actually work. It's mostly concept. I don't have the material to
Only
actually.
one way to find out, I guess, is to build one. How do we get the material to make this?
By the way,
Well-
Darius is like third party to this conversation. I want to know what Darius like the horror on his face.
And,
And
if
Oh,
Arrear's
no.
face is the camera, Arrear's just gonna like turn to Darius. Well, for production,
No, just for prototyping. Just for prototyping.
Even-
like, how do we build this?
even prototyping, I would need the resources at Porsche. That's why, even to build this, which I don't exactly like their quality, I do not have the capability on my own
What is
with any
Darius's
reasonable time.
reaction?
to
And
make
then,
one.
so like he says, I don't have the capability on my own as he starts to turn towards Darius.
Yep. But someone
that's-
holds the keys to a production facility that has already made a tank. Darius.
If you want to concept it, you pay for everything. I'll
What if I
get you
give
the
it to the
materials
crew?
through. I will get the materials through Porsche's contacts, so it shouldn't be as much. But you would still
You're
need
paying
to pay.
time material.
Yeah.
You're paying time and material to have
What's your-
people assist you. Yeah.
What's your question, Canty?
Firearms tech is like turn of the 20th century, right?
It's kind of a hodgepodge. They're a little bit like some of the stuff. It really depends. So like,
Well, we have
Gun-
like blunderbusses,
Is it turn
and
of
then
the
we've
20th
also
or
got
turn of the
lever
18th
action
or 19th?
cartridge.
So, what kind of shells
20th.
is this tank firing?
Ball.
it's kind of a mixture.
Or is it mid 19th?
Mid 19th, mid and late 19th.
So, when we
early
load and
20th.
fire this cannon, is it firing like a cannonball or is it firing a shell?
Depends what
There's
kind of
multiple different types.
ammunition.
Okay,
Yeah.
Minnie, what type of ammunition does this thing normally fire?
This one. Stand by.
I think
Mini has
the
to go through
original
it.
one.
Mini actually has genuinely
I
designed
think, is
all of the
ball.
tanks for this fantasy universe
Yes.
that he's been concepting.
But there was
Isn't this one a
canister.
Hotchkiss?
It's more of like a Hotchkiss pulse. Yeah.
We had the original ones for that was mounted on Plode was canister, high explosive, shot, just normal solid shot.
Well, he's talking about the
I'm assuming
type
type
of
of
whether it's a
gun.
ball or a shell.
I'm assuming though these types of ammunition loads transfer over, so they could have.
They're just
No,
a
like-
bigger shell.
So
Right.
so Cantor, to
Does
answer your
Plode have what, a
question.
3-pounder?
Yeah.
Yes.
So answer your question, it's kind of in the in between of both. Like people are starting to transition. Like
How
Porsche was kind
accurate
of
are these things?
So late
That-
19th?
This
yeah,
one
I'd say late 19th.
Yeah, like how
early
accurate are
20th.
these things? I'm gonna ask that. Like, how well do they? Like, how accurate are they? Like, how often do they hit their target?
depends on how far away. I wouldn't try anything past a kilometer.
Good
I
God,
don't-
that's a far fucking range.
They
For
haven't
cannon?
actually. I don't believe they've not been actually been
Was that
used
in
in
character?
combat yet.
No, they haven't. They have these. This is all completely unproven. Other
Well,
than
Theoretical.
The main
at
gun,
this point.
Other than testing on ranges.
yes,
the main
other
gun
than
was
that.
just taken from something else and put into the turret. So the main gun.
no,
should
they
still-
built the whole main gun for this mini.
Oh.
They
Like,
had to
Porsche
redesign
yeah.
how that worked because you're
'Cause they
taking
had-
a standing turret.
They took the naval guns that they had that they built for this cruiser because so they're basing this off of the naval guns that they had for the ships.
Yeah.
And they're downsizing it, so that's what they're kind of doing. So it works in the same way. They're just making
Yeah,
them
you're saying
smaller.
that this gun is like you're saying this gun is basically a QF 2-pounder, right?
Yeah,
And we're saying that it can accurately engage targets out to a kilometer.
that's
That's what
theoretical.
Max. That's
Yeah,
what I just said
theoretical.
for it. I'm just.
That would be like a hard maximum, basically.
Yeah.
That is the hard. That's
Well,
the maximum
wow.
firing range on
Holy
the
shit.
2-pounder. It goes a kilometer. That's
Even-
it. That's why I was saying like, hey, yeah, I can accurately hit things at a kilometer is an impressive fucking shot.
I assume that maximum range is against armor, though.
Regardless,
If against
you know,
infantry, which is what
let's
most of these are going to be tested against,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you can go a lot farther against
farther.
infantry formations.
But the idea halls right now, like where the tech is just they're downsizing the naval guns. So naval gun tech's a lot higher in terms of 19th century versus 20th.
I'm going somewhere with. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'm going somewhere with this, and I'm immediately probably going to get bitch smacked by about 8 different people as soon as I suggest it.
No.
But
Oh, no.
it's going to be fun. And Minnie's going to appreciate this. Minnie's about to get a Steam message because I want him to be forewarned about what's about to come out my mouth.
Effective
But I'm gonna
range
keep
is
asking
probably
some
going to be
questions about the cannon.
500 meters if you've got a clean line of sight.
Let's do some
okay.
Mito.
But
Feet. Do it in feet, kids, please, for the love of God, because that's literally what D&D's in. So.
Just
Meters,
assume
3
a meter
feet.
is 3 feet.
500 feet. 500 yards.
Yep.
Americans and your fucking weird units.
Yeah.
Yep. Paulsworth. I don't. He also's got other things too that he can show you. I'm surprised he hasn't pulled out other things yet.
We'll get there in a second. We're going somewhere with this at the moment.
Like the whole fucking airplane thing. I'm surprised that hasn't come up yet.
You get it. You get the idea, Minnie.
Oh yeah.
You get the idea.
Um,
Anyways, while we're having this lovely conversation about all this stuff, I'm finally gonna sit there after we're talking about ranges and effective shooting, everything. I'm gonna ask him. So, have you guys ever tried having someone magically guide the projectile on target?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Laser designated fucking
ATGMs.
Well, that would be a lovely concept, but
I mean,
magic isn't that widespread.
yeah.
I mean,
hang on. Rear's going to pull out a blank piece of paper.
But
Well,
you'd
run into range limitations on your magic.
Yeah.
I think there's no way to connect the round to the actual guidance rune, so we would have to have some medium in between. Can rune information be transferred through thread?
He's trying to
making
make
a fucking toe.
To cells.
I mean,
Attempt
there's only-
runic information transfer through very thin.
Waller,
Why have you
done?
done this? What have you done?
The silly shit is, you could make it guiding
You can make it work.
just off of
Guiding bolt. Oh my god. You literally
you would have to
designate with guiding bolt.
you would have to
Welcome, Minnie.
enchant the entire string.
Oh my
But
god.
enchanting counts the whole damn thing as a one object.
Well, you just
Yep.
do a whole reel, and then you can do a whole reel that way. It's
Then
theoretically
piecemeal the
possible.
string out.
This
Yeah.
is like that. This is why I was trying to figure
Oh
out
my
what these things were
God.
game wise.
Oh
Bar.
my god. I mean, it's fucking ingenious. I have to give Halls that. My god. And Minnie. Both
This
of
is
you.
fucking broken.
I just literally was suggesting the idea. Minnie actually took it and put it further into game terms that could theoretically work. So we're gonna have to work on this.
So how
Darius
far
is
off?
watching this with mounting horror.
So how far off are we to getting the fucking Atlas type weapons from Borderlands 3? You know,
Oh
the
my
ones that are
God.
fucking track shots.
I mean,
Tag a target and the
theoretically,
shots
we're
go chase.
theoretically, as Walter frantically tries to generate the highest DC skill checks humanly possible to this, like within
Oh.
inches of getting fucking toes.
I mean, you guys, if you want to roll intelligence
You
checks,
just
both
have
of
to
you.
enchant the shell itself instead
Yeah.
of to have a explosive head. You'd give it a fairy fire enchantment, and yeah, you'd have.
Yeah, you could literally, you can cause advantage with your tank cannons and stuff too, and shit like that.
Oh my god.
Rear's going to.
The
Yeah,
What am
explosive
I-
part is you'd have to enchant each ammunition individually. Is the issue.
Yeah.
Rear's going to look up.
So-
I believe
so-
it may be possible. Further testing is required.
Roll an intelligence check to see what you can do
Basically-
to test it.
What I'm hearing is we're getting Soviet ATGM guns.
Yes.
I mean, not gonna say that was the inspiration for it, but
Fuck. So, this game wants this to be a thing. Natural 20.
Oh my god.
Maybe I love
Yeah, no, Arir,
Waller's
you
just
actually.
like, okay, campaign over, you guys win.
I mean, no, this isn't breaking. This isn't game breaking at all. I mean, it can be, but
I'm going to
fine.
assume there will be some GM limitations to what can and cannot be guided.
What's terrifying is you guys can
Memes.
retrofit every cannon you have already with this, like with how
Yup.
much you know. So
What
like
matters
the
is the
ship,
ammunition.
the ship literally could do it.
But
With
the
all
thing
of the
is,
big
he has to
guns.
get it.
Set to make
At the
cruise
moment, it's
missile.
no more than a concept. He has to.
Yeah.
He's got the
You'd
idea of how
have-
to make it work. He has to get it to work. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
and you will need to to get it to work. You'll need to design the ammunition to accept magic. So you would need to build runes into it, which currently there's no runes in ammo as it is. So
Yeah.
you'll need to
We
figure
can
out a
change
way
that.
to protect the runes from
Um,
exploding, and then you would have to get them the runes. You can put the rune power in it that you know for it to work, and then you would need someone to enchant it from, say, the Institute.
Fuck you, Waller. You think you're gonna give your opponents tanks? We'll get fucking heat-based ATGMs. Fuck your tanks.
Arir's going to
Question.
look up.
What's your question? Well, go ahead.
Are the
Kingsley.
guns on the tank and the ship rifled?
No, they are not currently.
Really?
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, no issue then.
Yeah.
Arir's going to
right,
look
fine.
up at Scamos and say, I believe it will be possible. However, there's going to be some, well, dwarven runes do not do well to prevent explosions, which the round can't
In
explode.
your hands, maybe.
Well,
Darius
Well,
is
is that just because of the like fire and everything, or
No, that's because of him.
well, okay, so I don't help it. I like exploding things, but dwarven runes do not. They deal with power overload type stuff. They don't deal with precision control to most extent. So there would be a high probability if I tried to
like-
use a dwarven rune,
Precision control is kind of their thing, though.
well, of the power actually being regulated and,
They have constructs.
They have
Yeah, but-
constructs, they have mech constructs. You've got one of those two work. If the runes were all about overloading, that thing would have exploded
Not-
the moment you
It would
powered
have
it
either
up.
exploded, or you would have been like that guy in the original Iron Man when the U.S.
Yes.
government tried to build the suit.
Yes.
Yeah, no, you probably got the control. You probably got the control. If you want different warheads, you may have to seek out somebody's some extra help for that. Something that's
Yeah.
based more on like fire and explosions and death and destruction. Oh wait, you're talking to a tiefling.
By the
Well-
way, reference my post down there. Yeah.
I may need more information for the runes that you have in order to, what the hell? 5 centimeter.
God, imagine fucking 16-inch wire guided fucking.
Hey, you got to do it for air combat, man, because people might move. Like, honestly, this actually is realistic for what you would do for airship combat.
I mean, maybe I feel like we're skipping a couple stages of weapons development.
It's fine.
Magic
It's
also
fine.
lets you skip a couple stages
Yeah.
of weapons development when you don't have to go through the whole
Yeah.
things fly, radio
Yeah.
control, and I can just sit there and go, well, you know, we
Magic.
can magically do things, so why don't we just magically steer this?
Big beast
Memes.
magic hand.
Hey, Star's character's like built. He's a gunslinger. Does he build things too?
Yes.
Yes,
Gun.
I am the local gun nut.
I do
Interesting.
believe he does.
And he
just-
also puts magic into bullets, too,
Maybe
by the
we
way.
should have him come help with this.
Oh, no. They're going to get everybody involved with it. Darius is like, I am more concerned now.
Darius is just like, I feel like I should be decrying this as heresy, but I also kind of
Maybe
want
we
to see
should
where
talk
it
to my
goes.
friend
D-
Gustav
Dar-
and
Darius-
Spartacus. He's a really interesting guy.
I agree.
Darius is just here like, as much as I want to say no to all of this, I see the advantage of it.
Darius is reluctantly allowing the tiefling to assist with encouraging
It's
Emir's
tech heresy.
development.
It's
So-
tech heresy,
so-
but good tech heresy.
So from what I'm understanding is, you need a lot of experts in runes and magical field.
Well, I mean, the initial piece I'm gonna be
We just
testing
need people
myself.
to test with.
I just love how this is the whole session so far. This is great.
You asked if we wanted
Cam
to do
hasn't even
things
had
on the
lyrics yet, but
Yes.
Literally sits there and goes, "Do you guys want to do anything on the trip back?" And Minnie just fucking goes smashing through the front door.
Yup.
Yes, I
Minnie
do.
just bursts into the session like,
Hey,
oh
man.
yeah.
The thing is, though, this is just as important as everything else. It really
Yeah.
is. So,
I'm not complaining. It's just
yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Imagine a gun that never misses.
Anyways, so we need to find what's his name and see
Ozik?
if he can help.
Kazik.
Kazik, right? Yeah.
Yeah, let's go
Kazik.
talk to him. And
Cossack.
Arir's gonna pull out a another
Cossacks?
stamp, and this one is labeled "Absolutely critically important. Please
my
research
God.
immediately." And stamp it right on the
By
front.
the way, you see him pull something else, and there's an airplane, Halsworth.
What?
Yeah, he has an airplane drawing, too.
What is that?
Oops, I dropped that.
What? Oh, that.
I'm gonna grab it.
That's a flying machine. Yeah,
A
made for
flying
combat.
machine? What?
We
Yeah.
already have those. They're called ships.
Yeah, like this, like something like this, pointing at the floor of the ship, very clearly
No,
talking
no.
about the ship.
Well, these go a lot faster.
Well,
Faster?
not really, but they
Well,
kind of go a little faster.
They're
What
a lot
version?
more maneuverable.
What?
Oh, yeah.
What? I forget what we based this on. What?
It was like the
Real
original OG Messerschmitts from like World War One.
I'm gonna
Like
look.
not
I'm gonna
not
look
the
at.
triplanes, but the
Can I?
actual
Can I?
biplane.
Can I roll to
No.
understand this drawing? Can I
Or
try
like
to?
the
Hang on.
E model?
No. Hang on.
Die, don't you fail me, because I have more shenanigans to cause depending on what the design looks like.
How fast does this ship fly?
It does like 30 knots. The thing's fucking fast for what it is.
It's
Like
fast
this-
for a naval ship. It's not fast
Yeah.
for a plane.
No.
Yeah. Well, that's what
Um,
fast. I mean, the plane's gonna do 300.
No,
not
the
300
plane's not
knots.
doing that fast. The plane's probably going to do 90, maybe. So, Fokker. It's all based off the Fokker. So,
Motherfucker.
mm-hmm.
It's only gonna do 103 miles per hour.
At most, yeah. Like World War One planes were very slow. So,
Oh, I thought you said the 109.
no.
Oh, okay.
No.
My bad.
Oh.
thought
Can
it
I
was-
actually understand his designs?
Would you roll, Walsh?
I want to make sure you wanted me to roll for it.
Yeah. Intelligence.
Ooh, fuck. Waller's just getting like absolutely beat down today. What skill? Just
Intelligence? Yeah.
19 non 19.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, you get it.
Okay, what's it's armed with, Minnie?
Hang on. I gotta pull up the
It's the
Wikipedia for the Fokker. D9.
D9, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be back in a minute or so. I got my dog out.
This is not the one I want.
It's the
Does it have only machine like guns
yes.
on it?
Yes.
Yes.
It's
What kind of guns?
It's the D7 here. I'll link it.
well, they're
It's
just
that one.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Yes, it's just
There you go.
your normal machine gun type.
Do we actually like have machine guns?
I don't think so. Not belt
You have
fed.
Gatlings. You have Gatlings.
Ah.
Okay. So we've got two. It's got two machine guns on it.
It's the
I'm gonna kind of
they're-
look at that. I'm gonna kind of
Yeah.
look at that, looking back and forth, and then in a moment of inspiration, I'm gonna reach into my pocket and I'm gonna pull the dynamite out.
That's
And
not
I'm gonna-
mine.
and I'm gonna look at it, and I'm gonna look at a rear while I'm holding the dynamite. I'm gonna go. So, what if you dropped this from
Oh
a
my
plane?
god.
Well, first off, Darius, that's not mine. That's his.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
Do you even know what that's called, Scamos?
High yield.
Yeah, no, it was definitely yours.
Well, I'm gonna try to put it back in my pocket.
No, see, it's his. He pocketed it.
My god, Minnie.
That doesn't mean it's his.
It's not mine anymore.
Any more? Do you have any more of those?
No.
You
Nope.
go,
Did I see?
Go
did
get
I-
Gazek.
Did I
you go
see
reach
more
in the bag of holding. Brexit.
I'm just gonna walk straight up and reach into his bag of holding.
If you
think
find any
about-
more, can I have them?
You pull them out, and there's like a whole bundle of them wrapped together.
They are handmade.
You're not
Like-
meant to have these.
Can
Remember?
I have them?
No.
I don't know what
I
you're
wouldn't
talking
trust
about.
anything he handmade. I'm gonna go
Well-
throw this off the side of the ship.
At least light it first.
I'm gonna have Cam lighted at range.
Rage.
Aw.
Anyways, so we need to go. We need to go pull these things.
Oh my god.
Well, to answer your question, Scamos, I can't believe I lost. I'm gonna have to make a ton more now. To answer your question,
Just as Darius has
Oh my
left, just like,
God.
you make any more and I find out.
you won't. I hope.
Oh my god.
But to answer
That
your
sounds like a
question,
challenge.
it can work, but the most of the issue is the current design for these weapons is mostly just time-based. You light the fuse, you throw it, and after 10 seconds, kaboom.
Mm-hmm.
The plane would have to be traveling at a set altitude in order for it to have any effect on a ground target, and it could not deviate from that altitude higher, or else it would just explode in air.
But it's possible.
I mean, yeah, it's the same thing as if you throw a rock off the plane, you could hit
Did
something with it.
Darius mention the whole light it as it falls thing in front of us?
I mean, Darius, as you're walking down the hallway.
When you were leaving, did you say that where I could hear you?
No, a rear shout out. At least light it.
Oh, so you turned around and you left?
I
Yeah,
turned
he
around
was-
and I've left. You said at least light it as I was leaving, and I said I'm having Cam do it at range. So
Yes, you would have
I
heard that.
wonder. And
Oh,
Scams is gonna
man.
get lost in thought.
Is while he's lost in thought.
I would say Gauze and Cam, if you guys want to insert, you guys would probably come in at this point, hearing the commotion from Darius and we're yelling at each other.
I got Plo to go
Probably.
get him.
Yeah, I would say Gauze got Plo came and got you, and Cam, you probably heard Darius yelling your name, and then about lighting things on fire.
Before they get here,
No.
though, Darius is down the
Nothing to do
hall.
with that.
Darius is out of visual range, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Career's gonna like poke his head around, be like, "All right, good." He's gonna go behind the tank and pull out another like five sticks
like Darius
of
has
dynamite.
has turned a corner. He's just be like, he just spots a crew member. Keep an eye on that idiot. While I
Career's
go deal
going
with this.
behind the tank. He's going. Career goes in the tank, and just
Pulls out
lifts
more
up a floor
dynamite.
panel and pulls out 5 sticks of
Oh,
dynamite and throws them in his.
like, the whole tank, you see him do this. Scamos, at the whole bottom of the tank, like the whole belly of it is just literally lined with freaking dynamite in here, and I'm like, that might not be too safe. Kind of get the feeling that might not be a good idea.
I just don't have a spark. It's fine. And he shoves him in the bag of holding and leaps out. Okay. What were you thinking about, Scamos? You said dropping things off the plane?
Never mind. We'll focus on the big one for now.
Ah, yes. Guided weapons.
God.
Imagine
Did
a
I hear
gun that
guided
never
weapons?
misses.
Yeah,
Huh.
Star, you walk, Gothic walks in, and you just hear them say guided weapons.
And Arrear's gonna turn and be like, yes, Scamos had a great idea. Imagine a gun that never misses. Can we believe it's possible to actually guide ammunition rounds that are fired out of a weapon system to their target using rune magic. Gazek, do you happen to know if that's possible to enchant the round to actually, in any way, shape, or form, either using runes and or just base magic to do that?
Out of character, I would be dealing with a bit of magic with my bullets. and
Literally
whatnot.
what you do, Star. Like, it's literally what your
This is
character
your
does.
job.
Yeah. So
Well,
yes, you would be
that's-
the foremost expert on it.
But would Minnie be asking for, or Rira be asking for, would be pretty tough to do.
I
assume.
mean, there is people out there that use magic to, like make their ammo hit. Like it does happen, but it's not on the scale like he's wanting to do. It sounds like you're talking about doing it with a big cannon rather than a rifle. There's a little bit of a difference, and you're doing it with a non-magic user versus a magic user. So, which there's not very many magic users. It's just simple math. There's not.
Like,
So
Rear, so trying to figure out how I'd say this. You see, the whole enchanting bullets and whatnot is plausible. I do it all the time. It's just on the scale, it's with smaller rifle caliber ammo and pistol caliber ammo. I looking at the tank, I assume you mean with cannon-sized rounds, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I won't say that it's without, not in the realm of possibility.
impossibility. Yeah, you're good. You're good, sir.
Possibility.
Well, so
But it would take quite a bit to be able to get a constant flow of enchanted rounds for cannons, and that would probably be a lot of magic.
would this help? And Rear's gonna reach into his bag of holding and be like, "Oh, not those for TNT." Ah, here we are.
More dynamite.
Is that
dynamite? Yeah.
Fuck.
No, it's the drawing. This one right here, and he's
Birthday
gonna
candle. Dynamite.
right. Gotta celebrate somehow. This drawing right
Blow
here.
out the candles, or you're gonna die.
And he lays out the sketch that he did, the rough one with mostly ideas, but for simplicity's sake, I'm just gonna call it the wire guided, round, even though it's thread, and say now, if enchanting the actual round takes too much, can we move the actual enchanted object back to the tank and put it somewhere in there and have a, I don't know, say very thin piece of thread connected to the round and to receive the guided instructions, so we would only have to make one enchanted object and then we could just link it to whatever round we were putting in?
You wouldn't know about that, Star. That's a little bit out of Gossip's purview, but I mean, it sounds like it'd be plausible.
That's now Rear. You do know I mostly work with guns, right? I do magic enchant bullets and whatnot, but that's what you're asking for is probably more within your realm with runic magic. I barely know runic magic, so
I
could
can
try
do the
to help
rune
you
magic.
with this, but
I don't know how the specifics of, the guidance magic, though. That I wouldn't be able to. I could power everything with the runes that I have, but I don't know that I have anything for it. I'm certainly going to try.
I will tell you now that I know I don't have anything for guidance magic either. Like the only magic I know
I
that
thought you
will
had
always
guiding
hit.
bolt.
No.
You have no.
The only thing that I can guarantee will hit all the time is magic missile, but that spell is kind of
Place. And Cam, do you want to interject here? Or are you staying away from this?
I heard they want me to light something on fire, and Cam is not exactly thrilled about that.
Do you come down here, or do you go find Darius? That's the question.
Darius. Cam is going to probably step up on deck just so he's a little bit harder to find.
You just see Darius come running up on deck, and he like chucks this fucking TNT over the side.
No, I come running up. I come up holding this bundle of TNT, and I look at Cam and I go, "I need you to hit this with some flame once it's off the ship."
Damn it. Why?
Because apparently Arir made these ones.
Then why would I want to light it on fire?
I don't trust their stability.
Then why would you want me to light it on fire?
Well, we can't just leave unexploded explosives around.
Yes,
Would drop it in a lake.
Is there a lake around these ruins? I do not see one.
I see a river.
There's a river.
There is.
Yeah, but we're at
probably
Kazra.
closer to this one.
Yeah, we're probably closer to that one. But where would we be? Like, we would be near this tower still.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'd have to move the whole ship just to dump it or go off on ground in enemy territory. What would you prefer? To walk or just get rid of it here and now?
What do you mean walk? Just
Oh,
fly over.
You gonna go fly and dump it in the lake, in the river?
We have an airship.
Yes, and moving that whole airship, across the ruins just to get rid of something is a bit excessive, don't you think?
No. That's probably Cam's response. No.
We cross over water on our way. Call it a scouting mission.
I mean, you could fly there. You have wings.
Looking at the map, I think that would actually be a several-day trip.
It would be. It's something that you're gonna have to do on the
But
way back.
Is it? Have we
It's
seen like a pond or something?
I would say there's like a little swamp bog or something nearby that you could probably throw it in.
So I've got to full on do the step back and one arm holding it, one arm forward,
Yeah.
running and then yeet.
Just because it's off the side of the ship. You just see it go whee, and you hear it splat. You just see it like splat, and then nothing happens.
Well, at least it didn't. Next thing, boom, shit.
Actually, hang on. Yeah, no. Yeah, it doesn't go off. Okay.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Darius nukes a small village. Some poor child swears revenge on the flowing ship, on the flying ship because it killed his family.
What are you on about?
I'm Diego Montoya. You killed my
Has a
family.
lovely
Perfect
friend called
today.
ends up pulling forth the soul of his one friend, the pig, naming him Ghost Pig 2.
God.
Oh no!
You just hear randomly, my cabbages!
No, even better. There's only one village nearby.
Oh, yeah.
The Dark Elf village.
Yeah, no. No. Well, there's two. There's the Dark Elf village, and then there's the one that was completely...
Dimel.
Yeah.
I'm not saving you from them.
Simel isn't nearby because we're down here.
Yeah. But if you guys
There-
went back to Aileron, it's kind of on your way back.
Yeah, no, I'm not leaving this thing on the ship until we leave.
Okay.
I don't trust
Um,
it.
Do you guys go back down to the hold then to see what the heck's going on down there at that point, Darius? Like after you throw it off the side?
I'm just going to explain to Cam that Scamos is helping Aria design weapons.
Well, he'd be doing it on his own otherwise, so...
What's
he's
the
supervised.
At least I mean, it's not wrong. At least he is
Gotta get
supervised.
Hitler and Porsche.
Sorry, what did he just say?
We have Hitler and Porsche.
Anyway.
Experimenting with new stuff.
So anyway, does everybody come back at this point? So Darius, do you... Cam go with Darius, or do you just stay up on deck? Cam is like, I'm not getting involved.
Look,
Get
yeah,
it.
Cam's not getting involved.
Get it.
Okay.
Damn it.
So Darius, do you head back down then to go make sure that they're not going to plot the destruction of the entire ship? You
Do
know.
Yes.
Okay. You see them, they're talking about, when you walk in, they're talking about the problem of the whole rounds versus, like, the string thing with the actual objects of enchantment.
Yeah.
But before I
not like fire.
before I do enter, I do ask the crew member. I ask to keep an eye on them. What the hell has happened in my absence?
Apparently he's got more dynamite somewhere.
He's what?
Yeah, apparently. You might want to go take a look in there, sir. I dare not enter that room. I'm actually gonna call. I'm letting Baywater know, and you see him like reaching for like the like
The
he's got like
intercom.
the intercom to the bridge thing. It's not really a radio, but it's like the old school like
The,
horn
like, pipes.
system. Yeah, it's like the pipe system. And he's
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna let Baywater know that we have possibly an explosive situation in the cargo hold, and
Hey,
Yeah.
water to aisle 7.
yeah.
So, like, upon hearing this, like, as Darius steps back into the room, hearing this conversation going on, all anyone else hears is, "Aria!"
Rear's just gonna look up. Gotta go, Scamos.
You just leave.
Come back here, damn it! It's like Darius takes a where's the rest of the dynamite?
Rear's running with his drawings and he's shoving him in the bag of holding, and he's like, "We'll talk later, Gozik."
Oh, okay.
Fucking bails, and you just see like Darius chasing him. He's like going down like one corridor, and Darius is coming from the other way and like running through
Oh,
the
God.
cargo bay.
You just
after
hear,
him.
you hear,
Yo.
boom, 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 Master, don't leave me again.
Fucking Plode.
Plode's at the back end of this chase, like,
He is.
no.
Ooh.
He hasn't really started running yet. He's just kind of, well, for him it would be slow walking, considering he has a movement
Wait,
speed
when
of
you
70.
give him the ability to do the Iron Giant, I'm going to laugh my ass off. That's going to be great. When Plode gets the ability to be Iron Giant. Yeah, there you go.
Superman.
In a desperate attempt to shake Darius, Arrear's going to try and throw some of the gunpowder at a four-way intersection at the ship, and
Oh
as
my
a smoke cloud basically, and then just pick a direction and go.
You're literally trying to. Oh my god. He's trying to use you just see him throw smoke gunpowder and just run and take a turn, Darius.
Last time I checked, gunpowder doesn't smoke screen like that.
No, it doesn't. He's
Black
just
powder
trying
does.
it. Black powder can.
But it's gunpowder, so
Yeah.
so
just
he
throws it
attempts it,
thinking-
and I just see him turn down whatever aisle. I'm just like, you fucking idiot.
Gotta think. Are there?
You're just hearing the clang of metal get louder.
Roll
I'm
an
gonna.
athletics check, everybody.
I'm gonna-
Minnie and
Oh,
Where's
this is
it?
When
Oh,
you said
son.
everybody,
This
I was
is
like,
where
what?
it can go
Well,
sideways.
Yes,
You
it
know-
can.
I'll take the natural 20 for the actual guided weapons
Got a
development,
9.
and this I rolled a 2.
Okay.
so you rolled a 2.
Stubby little
Plus
legs,
dexterity
man.
is 4.
Very dangerous over short distances.
23.
All right. So Cam, you're up on deck again, and you hear what sounds like a freight train coming, from one of the hatches, and you're like,
Just.
it's Tazar, you're probably somewhere down the hall, and you hear it coming, and you just see a rear run by, and he's like,
I just
Hi,
step
Taz.
aside, let everything run, and just let everything go by, and then resume walking.
Hi,
And then,
Tazar, bye,
you
Tazar.
and then you hear it hit the hatch, Cam, you're up there, and they close the hatch, and you hear it hit the hatch like a thud.
Wham!
And see Plode, you see a rear literally face planted into the hatch. Darius opens it, and Rear's probably on the ground as the door opens. His face is falling to the stairs. And so yeah, they're up on deck with you now, Cam.
Darius is gonna have picked up a rear.
And you did get out of the way from, you are able to stay out of their way, so you did fine on that.
A rear? Where's the rest of the dynamite?
Oh, don't tell me he has more.
Apparently so. He's hiding it somewhere in the cargo bay.
It's in the tank on the bottom floor.
Sorry.
You have a tank of dynamite. Usually you
you-
keep that in a
you-
box.
Well,
You hid the dynamite in a frontline vehicle that could be hit and possibly exploded.
Wait,
yes.
vehicle.
Yeah,
It's
the
at
tank.
this point, this comes.
Why
comes
do you
up
have
falling.
a vehicle to hold liquid?
You know what a tank is.
Yes, it's when you have a container.
Oh,
full
I'm
of
going.
liquid
I'm
and
going.
blood.
Catfish, shut the fuck up right now.
No, but no. This is perfect though, because Cam wouldn't know. He actually really wouldn't know. You've seen it before.
Tanks are a new concept.
Yeah,
and common
you-
is Cam's second language.
and you
just looking at him,
guys
like
haven't officially called it a tank yet. per
I
se,
believe a
like,
rear has called it a tank many times.
Yeah, but
yes,
there's
Cam
no
is entirely
official-
this entire time been thinking he's talking about something to hold liquid.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
hasn't
He's
done
been
very
very
well
confused, but
explaining
fuck it, he's an engineer.
Yeah.
They usually talk about
You know
confusing shit.
the massive rolling metal box downstairs with the cannon, right?
It
In the
doesn't
cargo
look like it would hold liquid that well.
Well, he calls it a tank, so
Why?
I don't know. Anyway,
It's a rear. We don't question it.
anyway,
I couldn't think of anything else.
where is it in the tank? And he's like shaking him.
You can't miss it. It's lining the bottom.
So it's under a
It's in the
paneling.
floorboard. They have floorboards in the tank. It's under the floorboards.
Okay.
Look for
Do you have
Darius.
any
Do
more
not touch.
on you?
You reach
No.
into the back of holding again. You pull some out.
Just
By
about-
no,
he
I
said-
mean yes.
I just pull out the sticks. I'm just like he's
Oh,
still
this is
holding a
great.
rear with one hand. Like his eye is twitching. There is rage.
Oh, this is great.
At this
If
point,
this-
I'm gonna.
if this
I'm gonna
happens
assume
again-
Rear has some kind of spell cast on him that causes the things to just appear.
Happened to him.
If
Or
this,
just willed.
if
into
I find out
existence.
you have more that you're not telling me about, I'm taking your bag of holding and I'm throwing it away.
Got it.
And I know what you store in there. So if you don't want to lose all of that,
Your stamp collection that you use. That's very important.
stamp collection, his plans, and all
Oh,
that.
all those are backed up.
Too. In what?
In
How do
what?
you back up a collection of stamps?
Not stamps. The drawings.
And I will go into your workshop and burn every design you ever have.
It'll be
Got it.
glorious and horrifying at the same time, just for a rear.
You got it?
Got it.
So is there any more dynamite that
By the
nobody
way,
else
by
knows
this
other
point-
than you on this ship?
You see Plode coming,
Uh.
like, he enters the hatchway, and he's like, Master, I will save you. And he starts, like, running at you, Darius.
No, Plode, I'm still here too, damn it. Not again.
No, like he starts charging me. I'm just going to sort of take a back step, but as I do, I'm gonna swing
Oh,
the rear at Plode and just let him go. So he flies towards Plode.
Hi, guys.
So-
And then you hear, like, uh-oh. And then you just, like, Plode catches him.
Plode, keep
Like
running.
Plode's still at full momentum as well. That's the
Oh,
awkward part.
Plode,
I got you, Master. And then just, like, kind of, like, keeps from going off the side of the boat, but he, off the ship, and he has you.
Plode, keep running. Escape maneuver,
It's
3.
getting-
I know where you sleep.
No, you don't.
And then you just see him running away down another hatch, and Cam and Darius are now just on deck, like, what the hell?
As the rear's, like, being whisked away by Plode,
Yep.
the camera would focus on him, and all you would see is just him breathe a sigh of relief and, I saved about 5 hours worth of explaining where I've hid all of the dynamite stashes. And he just reaches, like, as Plode's still moving, he just reaches, like, around a corner for a hanging thing, pulls it, and it's a sack, and it's just dynamite. He pockets
Dynamite
it.
the sack.
Darius is like, he seemed too joyous to get away from me. I'm going to have to get the crew to check every nook and cranny of the ship.
Oh my god. Did you see Maywater come on deck? Like, what's all the commotion? There's explosives?
He was hiding explosives in the tank.
Hey, Waller,
Yeah.
did I hear any of this?
Oh, I mean,
He's
you
all
saw the commotion. It went right by you. I mean,
But this is all up on deck.
it's all up on
am I-
deck. Not
am I-
that last part, no.
Am I up to date on the fact that there's dynamite inside the tank?
Yeah, you saw him reach in there and grab it. So,
Oh, I saw. So I know that there's
Yeah,
dynamite back.
yeah.
Interesting. I'm gonna go back down to the tank while this commotion is everyone distracted.
okay. How many are you gonna pocket?
Yeah, how many are there, and how many can I?
Oh, it's
reasonably
the whole
pocket without-
fucking, like, the whole, like, so apparently somebody at Porsche lined the floorboards for him with all this.
Good God.
So, and it's not made by a rear. This was actually a shipment from Porsche. So
how
that's
much can I
that's-
reasonably shove in my backpack before I?
Do you don't have a bag of holding, do you?
No, I have a
You
regular
could
bag.
probably get without making you could probably bag 20 of them.
Okay. I have 2
And-
packs. Actually, I
yeah.
have 2 packs. I have
So-
1 pack and another pack. So can I?
40.
Okay.
40.
So I have 41 sticks of dynamite.
Yes.
So like, but while I'm holding this dynamite, I do see that it says Porsche on it, right? Like
Yeah, like you
Porsche
look
branded.
at it and it has like your branding on it and everything.
Like, well, at least he didn't make these ones. But I recommend we put them in the armory and lock them the fuck up.
Scamos is going to come back up on the deck. There's a lot of dynamite in that tank.
Baywater, we may want to get the crew to do a full inspection of the ship.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on that. And he's looking for like a couple of his officers, and he's like, he's giving out orders. We're gonna spend the rest of the watch doing this, guys. Sorry, just like everybody's like, oh, again.
Anything branded Porsche, lock it away. If it's not branded Porsche, get rid of it.
All right,
So,
all right. So, is there anything else that anybody else wants to accomplish?
Are we like
Well-
currently heading back to
we're sort of
army?
Waiting. They're kind of
We're
waiting
waiting
for
for the
the
army.
army to get there. So,
So we're probably going to be here for a couple days.
in the
Maybe.
meantime, how does the I guess I call it Little Debbie the Mauser gun?
mm-hmm.
How's it reloaded? Like, do I open up a bolt and slap
It's a
the
bolt.
round in?
It's bolt action. Yeah, it's a single. You have to feed each round in basically, but you get the ability to carry extra ammo next to it, so you make reloading faster. So you're not reaching into your pack. So you kind of have like a quick load on it.
It's basically like the gun that we had in armor, the one that could only hold one round, but was devastating.
Yeah, but you get the ability. It has a little bit of like an ammo holder on the gun that you can load extra rounds in. So it's not quite a magazine, but it's an open magazine basically.
So to reload it, how long would it take?
Well, it would take you, like you said, so you can shoot it once per round, and it would take you another round. Or the big gun takes you a round to reload it. This one would take you an action to reload it. So you can
Like
fire action, basically. So,
like any action, like a move, your bonus action?
No, it would be a regular action, so your attack action. You couldn't do it in your bonus or your move. Your move, if you didn't choose to move, you could. So, yes, you can do it in your move action or regular action, but not bonus.
Is there any way I could start to work to potentially start basically what I'm trying to ask is if I can make a attach a magazine to it.
Yeah, you can try. I'll let you work on that. So roll me an intelligence check. Let me know what you get. You can work on something like that. Because you would have to rip the gun apart to learn how it works. So I will allow that.
I didn't get first good roll, I guess, but 11.
So you look at it, you have an understanding of how the gun works, but you need to do some more research on how to make it, I guess, semi-automatic or have something with a detachable magazine to it. Yeah.
Basically, I'm wanting a giant Mosin or something like that.
Yeah. You would need to do more research on how that works, because that's still something that's very new that they're still working on. Like your other rifles work the same way, but the problem that you face is it's such a big round that you have to build the feed system the right way. It would take some time to manufacture.
Big feed system, kick-ass spring.
Yeah.
I think at this point, Gazik would understand. Like, he kind of has like a very basic concept of how that one lever action rifle, the field rifle, kind of works.
Mm-hmm.
And he's thinking about trying to replicate that, but I guess like in
it would take some time. It'll take you some time. Not something that's going to be easy. It's not an easy fix right now. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So you can be doing that. Sorry, yeah, your fans in your mic, by the way. Anyway, is there any other conversations or scenes that you guys want to have happen before we move forward with the story? Going once? Going twice? Alright, so we'll move on. So a couple days later go by. Let's just say the Baywater search with the rest of the crew for the explosives, they turned up a lot. They actually go into Rear's room at one point over here, and they legitimately just confiscate, and they're just going through everything.
They raid your room for contraband.
Yes, basically. And are you resisting or yelling at the crew like don't touch that, anything like
No.
that? Like what's your reaction to
whistle.
that? No.
Whistle.
No, Rear's just sitting back, and he's pretty confident that there's no way in hell they'll find all of it.
And you see them literally like look under your bed. They pull this chest out apparently, and it's like just full of it. And they just like one of the crewmen looks at you and he's like, "Really, you're rare? Just tell us where it all is. Just make it easier, please."
It's a
Please.
detriment to
No.
the ship having it like all over the place.
We're putting our lives at risk, and this being in here doesn't help matters.
Can I move it all to my room instead?
Your room is in the middle and the bottom of the bottom deck of the ship, sir. I don't think you understand.
Can I move
Having
it
that
to my
much
own safe house that I can access at any point in time?
Do you have such a place?
I don't know. How many rooms do we have on the ship?
It's still on the ship, Arir.
We found it all.
Well, we found most of it. I think, unless there's any more, and you see like one of them standing there just looking at you with his arms crossed.
No, you found it all.
Do we have
What?
to call Darius?
Yeah, like he's like, do we need to call Darius in here?
I think you got it all. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey Darius, you hear him like yelling down the hall.
Yep.
Hey, come here for a moment.
Darius walks in her ear.
You got it all. Arir's not actually been following you around.
Him. Darius, I don't believe him.
Yeah, I wouldn't believe him either.
Do we need to physically turn you upside down, Arir? Is that what's going to happen here?
Not again.
Well, just tell us where it all is, and we don't have to do that. Just cooperate. We don't have to run around here and cause you unneeded trauma.
Arir sighs, and
Remember the last time you got unneeded trauma?
and he's like, "Fine, it may be an environmental hazard, though, if you get rid of it all off the ship."
You didn't put it in the food stores, did you?
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Is there a safe answer that I should choose? And
Well, that explains Taco Night.
Taco Night.
That explains why
Flashback.
it had a grainy texture.
Flashback to Taco Night. You hear someone just rip one, and they go like it's like flamethrower. They're all like, "What?"
They rip one, they go flying out of the room.
Some spicy burritos.
Some spicy meatballs. And they just like, oh. So they go find the rest of it. In total, they found over 700 sticks of dynamite on the ship.
Fucking Christ!
Poor Shed fucked him up. Had hooked him up.
And Arir's going through, and it's in places that like you wouldn't have even conceptualized. Like at one point,
like he's removed paneling to hide it behind it and shit.
And he pulls like a lamp that's hanging down, and the lamp looks perfectly normal, except it's like locked in. You can't actually get the it off, the actual thing to replace the candle. So Arir like pushes it forward, pushes it up, like does a jiggle with it, frees it, and then it's a stick of dynamite where the candle should be.
Darius's mattress is with dynamite.
They open up your Darius. They cut open your mattress. There's like
Arir looks
100 of them in there.
Arir looks at Darius and is like, all of them, right? And I won't get in trouble for any of the places that I've placed them?
Depending on where you've placed them.
Where, just so I'm aware in advance, where would some of these places that would be dependent on getting in trouble be?
Oh no.
If I have to tell you, Arir, if I have to tell you, and I find out that you're lying that they're there, understand, you will probably be hanging from the ship for a good while.
Well, you've not found them yet, so...
Are you saying you're not going to tell us?
What?
That's what it sounded like to me, Darius.
Well, Do you want to go and look in your room?
Wow.
Done what?
I
Like,
mean,
you go look in your room, Darius. You see like two of the crewmen, like they had cut your mattress open and they're pulling them out of your mattress.
you're just gonna be like, oh yeah, I did put 2 of them there.
This is what happens when you leave him unattended while you're in port for a extended amount of time.
Darius is literally just going to turn around. I'm assuming Ray's like in the doorway, like as
Yeah,
Darius has entered the room.
probably.
Next thing,
Who's-
Darius just grabs Araya, picks him up, and just charges him across the hallway and slams him into the wall.
Oh my god.
As you do,
You said
where
that
he
like
hits,
a sports announcer
Yes, he did.
where
at a
Arir
football
hits,
game.
panel
with the
opens up,
echo and
dynamite
everything.
falls out.
Okay.
Wait, I slam him against the wall and dynamite falls out of the pan.
Yep, it was a hidden panel. Dynamite falls out and dynamite sticks. He was just gonna kind of look up and be like, "You found one."
We're gonna have to go back to port and get all this freaking fitted because of this. My
No,
god.
this was here when I found it. This was here before.
No.
I don't know what it was supposed to be, but
Araya.
it was empty. Yeah.
1, I sleep in there.
2.
If there is any more you're not telling me about right now.
Good.
Well, can you let me go?
I'm not letting you go until you tell me where it is.
Well, I mean, if I have to explain where all of everything is, how much time do you have?
You've got to be kidding me.
How much did the crew find?
All of it.
Even everything hidden? Like, this is in character. I'm asking.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So then, if that's
So,
the case.
so at this point, like we've walked him around the ship at this point and made.
I would assume that you guys have probably gotten him to the point where Arir's like, I will walk around with the ship, and you
That's what he
point
was
out
doing.
all the yeah.
Okay. Like my room was like the
So-
last one.
Yes.
Is there
That's
any
it.
more?
That's it.
No, that's it. 110%. That's it.
Yes.
Good. As Darius headbutts him.
Ow.
Sorry, I've got music going on in the background, and part of the video is someone slamming the door and having a right at
Anyway.
So literally Darius headbutts him, and as soon as he finishes the headbutt, he lets him go.
Henry's just gonna rub his head. Ow.
Well, your head would have been slammed against the wall as well, so you're just like,
Henry's just
Holding-
kind of look up. It doesn't hurt too bad. Explosions hurt worse. Okay,
Anyway.
That's getting-
back to what
That's
I was
getting
doing.
off light by Darius's
By,
standards.
by the time that you guys have completed the search, the army has arrived. So, I'm assuming you guys probably land somewhere close where you guys can get the ability to have people come aboard. And Victor is here, so he comes on and he sees the crew like putting things back together. He's like, "Well, it looks like you seem to have had a little bit of an interesting predicament." And just looks around.
The royal explosive expert was involved with this predicament.
Oh. Let's see.
Yeah.
Microphone activated.
You know
Yes.
that we might get shot at in this, yes?
Well, sure, but as long as it doesn't spark off of any flint or any spark happens.
You know what
fine.
happens when metal hits metal really fast, right?
Sure, but
You
God
know
forbid
that when they
use-
shoot at us, they do it using metal, right?
well, yeah.
And Cam's just gonna start pointing at metal things in
Yeah,
the room.
the whole ship is metal. Like, that's the thing here.
I mean,
He's
You
still
know
not
what
understanding.
happens when a stick of dynamite explodes, right?
yes, very well.
Oh, there's a lot of sparks.
And depending on where it
So
goes
what
off,
would have
possible to say.
happened if we had gone into battle?
Don't get hit.
Or maybe the Baylor throws something at you, like, I don't know, fireball.
Yeah, we had a Baylor the other day.
you know.
Everybody's just not saying anything.
Seems like you guys have some things to work out as a group. Anyway, what has happened here?
I'm getting Steam messages. I don't know why.
We found the demonic portals in the ruins below with Baylors and demonic knights protecting them. We did get rid of the first Baylor. We did kill the first Baylor, but not in where we found it.
I'm assuming that's what the certain piece on the front of the ship is.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Interesting.
Yeah, so we managed to throw it back through the portal it was guarding. It then came out through another one further in. So,
Go find the one further in.
well, it sounded like there was more Baylors coming, or there was more anger at least. And
Well, it sounds like we're gonna have to go in there.
yeah.
By the way, the whole party's here if they want to be. If you don't want to be here, you don't have to be. But everybody was invited to this, just so you can chime in if you want.
Where did we land?
Well, you guys are like they brought it down to
Yeah, we
enough
brought it
to
down to drop
somewhere
a
in the
ramp.
way. Yeah, drop a ramp
Yeah.
to bring them on to come talk to y'all.
Ah, gotcha.
Well, Petrus is getting the city's defenses in order in case we have more attacks come across. But no signs of the Alhoun or any of those creatures that they were with, or the purple worms. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's the purple worms.
Any signs of them?
Not that we have seen going down there.
Interesting.
We didn't get that far though. So
Interesting.
multiple Baylors is not a fun fight to have with a small group.
No. We'll deal with it. It'll be taken care of. And is there anything that you have to address with me, or any questions?
Anybody have anything for the Pope?
Victor.
The Pope Victor?
Gamos?
What all did you do that time you were sitting in there?
In where?
The place we unlock you from? The cave? The cell? The whatever you want to call it?
Who's with
I don't.
Sorry.
It's by himself. He's by himself. So.
It's not a papal guard.
Nope. They were ordered to stay off the ship. So.
I mean, for him, it's a friendly ship.
Yeah. He's also got
still-
Darius in the room. I think he'll be fine. So. That
And
was
he's-
his thought process.
And he's
also
a badass himself.
Yeah, so I think he's fine. But no, he's like, Scamus, I would like to answer your question, but I don't remember.
You don't remember.
No, I do not. It was a long time. Meditated. I don't know.
Insight check.
Oh.
Insight for days!
Insight for days! Roll the insights if you want to.
Oh, baby. Oh, bye. 23, Waller.
Okay. Cam? What'd you get, Cam?
Just like I have to actually get back to my computer.
Yep.
Not nearly as good. That's an 8 on the die. And so just 10 total.
Okay. Scamos?
Hmm.
He is not telling a whole story. It's very much he knows more than he's letting on. For sure. Like it's more of a half truth. Like Probably tell a little. It's a half truth for sure.
You don't remember, like, even the stuff you were doing before we got there?
Well, no, I don't. I just remember being put in and waking up, and why I was put in there.
And you were put in there because you
Wanted to, and you know, just in case I was needed. Seems like I am.
It seems like it'd be excessive to insight check that too.
I mean, you can if you want.
Do I know because of the first one that, like, he's still bullshitting his way
Oh
through
yeah,
this?
you do. But if you want to roll again, Cam, you can.
Well, better. 12.
I mean, this time you can tell that he's not. It's kind of hard. He's hard to read, but you're getting the sense that something's not right here. Like he's not telling the whole truth. Yeah, no, Scamos, you're reading more, and as he's talking more, yeah, you know, he is lying through his teeth.
Then why would you be so happy to just get unlocked if you wanted to be put in there? And the
Well,
last thing you remember is wanting to be in there. I don't
because it
understand why
was my
that'd be
time to
pissed.
come out and bad guys.
Who all's around?
It's the party and him. And maybe Baitwater. That's probably about it.
I have a horrible, horrible idea and I can't do it.
I mean, what's, you know, so he's kind of looking at you, Scamos, so then he kind of eyes you for a moment, and he squints, and then he kind of looks away, and he
thoughts
continues.
when he squints at me.
Oh, okay.
Just going after the surface thoughts so he won't detect
You have to
anything.
roll for that? I think you do, don't you? Is there a counter roll to that?
For the duration, you can read the thoughts of a certain creature. When you cast a spell as your action, each turn spells, you can focus your mind on the one creature you can see within 30 feet. If the creature you choose has an intelligence 3 or lower, it's unaffected. You initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature, what's most on its mind at that moment. As an action, you can either shift your attention to another creature or attempt to probe deeper.
So,
if I probe deeper, he has to make a wisdom save.
Okay.
I'm just going after his surface thoughts.
I'm still gonna roll for this. Okay. You get a surface thoughts of why is Scamos asking such peculiar questions? Like it is, he's concerned about where the questions are going.
Like, concerned because he's hiding something?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
that's what you can tell. You don't know specifically what, but you,
Yeah, no.
it's you would have to probe for. But surface on the surface, he's like, why are they like? We're apparently friends. Why are they asking such weird questions? You know, it's kind of the feeling you're getting.
Star, don't make me fucking laugh in the middle of a serious scene, you bastard.
But it's not. This
He
is your
steams
message.
me, probe the Pope? Question mark.
You said you said probe deeper, so I was like probe the Pope.
God damn it, Star. I'm not putting anything up the probe's butt. Not gonna happen. I'm not probing his asshole.
The probe's
Oh.
butt.
Ugh.
Well. All right. So he sits there and he's like, I just, you know, to be needed again. That's why I wanted to come back and was so excited to being needed again.
Damn it, damn it, damn it.
Do it, Hallsworth. Do it, you bitch. Do it.
And it's not what I would do. That's the problem. I have nothing. I've got nothing. Especially since
Anyway, is there anything else, or we can take it from here. I think you guys deserve some rest. Return to Alaron, and we'll see you there.
Oh, I did find something that looked like it belonged to you while we were down there, and M's gonna cast minor illusion and bring back book.
Interesting. Huh. Haven't seen one of those in a long time.
Waller.
Yeah.
Question.
Answer?
In my time that I have been around the Pope so far, have I ever seen him do anything actually religious? We've been traveling with him. Has he ever participated in any religious rituals?
Not
led
that
any
you have
services?
seen. If he's done anything, it's been pretty much kind of secretive because the Pope's kind of they generally be more secretive.
The other thing, and Cam's gonna like hold it out to the Pope, as if he's offering it.
And he looks to you and he doesn't take it and he's just like, I wouldn't touch that if I were you. It's not good for you.
Really? Seems
Nah.
fine to me. What do you
And
mean?
he's not gonna take it from you. He's just kind of looking at you like, the fuck?
No, Cam is still saying, doesn't seem that much of an issue to me. What do you mean?
You know what's in those books, Cam.
Wouldn't read it.
Well, why don't you ask Gamos there? Or you have somebody else in the party that speaks Abyssal, don't you not?
Not
Kind of
apples
looking at the rest of
again.
the party. Oh, so you have read them.
Cam's gonna look at Scamos and go, "You read
Waller.
Abyssal?"
Wait, hang on, Waller?
Yeah.
So when Minnie says apples again,
Yes.
he says, "Oh, so you have read it?"
Yeah.
Right? He says that in front of the party?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
How do
part of
you
the party.
know the contents of the book? None of us have talked about
I've seen
this
them
since
before.
then.
I've seen one of those before. They're all
Just
the same.
because I highly doubt that.
Cam is now looking at Scamos. Curious. Like, you read Abyssal?
Oh, you haven't. And you see the Pope. Oh, you haven't told them, have you?
Hasn't been reason to yet. Well, the main people that need to know now.
Where on earth did you learn Abyssal? I sincerely doubt the elves shared their library of books with you.
I'm gonna look at the Pope and go. So you're this holy man too. Why don't you just take this book and destroy it? You know what it contains. I'm sure you have the ability to.
Gamos, answer the question.
Get rid of it. I'm gonna hold one finger up to Cam with a gesture of "Wait your turn." We're solving this
answer the
first.
question. Actually, zone of truth.
Counterspell.
Counterspell.
Zone of truth. And this time, Cam is gonna literally grab Scamos' hand so he can't do the somatic component of counterspell.
He zones of truth and catches the inside it, right?
Yes.
I mean, yes, it does.
What did you, before he can ask me anything, I'm going to rip off to the Pope what he was doing during that time he was locked away. I'm going to ask him directly, what did you do while locked in there?
Alright, what do I need to roll for Zone of Truth there, Canther?
That is, it's a DC 20, where is the fucking save? Charisma.
And it's a DC 20 Charisma.
Yes.
Oh no. Oh no.
Thank you, Canther. Thank you so much.
You realize this is what I was going for. Cam isn't actually interested in you.
Yeah.
He just needed an excuse to cast Zone of Truth.
Victor looks at all of you. He's like, I was preparing. And I know you cast the spell on me, but I was preparing.
He didn't,
for what?
Didn't cast. It's an area of effect spell.
Preparing for what?
The final battle.
The final battle between who?
Myself and Chaos. Of course. Don't you know this?
Don't distract from my original question. Now, you've got the Pope here. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm terrible at this. What's your name again? Pope?
Victor?
Thank you. You've got Pope Victor here, and how on earth did you learn Abyssal?
Because I can naturally skit.
Right.
I've
He's-
never met anyone able to
And-
naturally speak anything.
How do you even know that he speaks it?
I know his patron. Or at least what he believes is his patron.
My
Bards
patron
don't
has
have
nothing.
a patron, and how do you
This one does.
how do you know? Wait a sec. How do you know a patron?
And more importantly,
How much
How
do
does
you
my
know
patron-
about godhood, Cam?
That is mostly a bunch of farcical imaginings.
You would be incorrect.
Mostly.
People, when they attain a certain amount of power, can ascend. Basically, is basic way of describing it. Do some good deed if you're blessed by one of the other gods. In this case, certain people in your party. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Does he literally say hint, hint,
yes,
wink?
hint, hint, wink, wink.
He's the
You are granted certain kinds of power. Each magic, in some way, shape, or form, is tied to one of these gods, and new ones are always created from mortal men that elevate themselves beyond that of one lifetime, and are able to gain this power. Gamos is over there was one such man, and I came close as well. But I have not 100% attained it.
Who exactly are you?
I'm Victor. That is not a lie.
Is Victor a name or a title?
It's a name. My name is Victor. I was a warrior once, fought against chaos in the First War.
Why were you sealed away?
I was too dangerous to be left alive, and I had not achieved the ability to become, a god or I was stuck in between, and the gods did not want me to be left to walk on the mortal plane. They believed that I'd use my power to corrupt or to push my own agenda. They locked me away, including my friends, all of them.
And what is
You
your
say
goal
that,
now?
but I did notice a rather stunning lack of other tombs.
They seem like they're all locked away in one place.
Look how Darius finally jumps in to defend his hope after we've just been
Yeah,
savagely
Darius
ripping into
is
him.
ripping him, and Darius is not really saying anything. So what was
Well,
your question, Cam? What were you saying? Sorry, just to pick up there really quick.
Because
I did
Darius has
notice a
complete faith in the
rather
Pope.
stunning lack of other tombs.
Yeah, that's
He said-
because
Cam said
I
in
was the
response
only
to-
one. I was the only one that they deemed a threat. Once chaos was defeated, not everybody was right for the new world. I was one of them.
He said he was buried with his friends, though.
No, he's
No,
his friend.
buried him. The friends were the ones that buried him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wallerism. Wallerism.
Sorry.
They buried by his friends, not buried with his friends.
Yeah, by his friends. Sorry.
Which of your friends was a demon?
Your patron.
Name.
And who might that be?
Well, what does he go by now? Scamos. I don't know.
What did he go by then?
What does Scamos know? Scamos might not know his true name. And if I
Scamos-
utter it,
you got to
I'll
understand
give
too that the Traveler's not necessarily a demon.
I don't give a whit what Scamos knows.
I'm talking out
What
of
was
character
his
for a
time
second
then?
here. And talking out of character really quick. If you're trying to reference my demonic bloodline, that's different from my patron.
no, I'm referencing. I don't know if you would actually know the true name of the Traveler. That's what
No,
I'm
I would just
going
know him as
for.
the Traveler.
Well, he goes by the Traveler nowadays, but he was a friend. He was a tiefling that ascended. When tieflings ascend, they usually become demons. That's kind of naturally how it goes.
And what bloodline was he from?
One that is now extinct.
What
the last.
bloodline?
Well, apparently
was
not, considering
he
he's still around.
From
He was the last.
of what bloodline? The name of the bloodline.
He's trying to remember. He's like,
He's fucking stalling that.
No,
bastard.
e.g. Waller can't
Waller's
remember.
trying-
Waller's
Yes.
frantically
Yes.
googling. Waller, if it's
I'm
supposed to
hearing
be
the Google.
Waller, if it's supposed to be my bloodline, just fucking tell me, and I'll tell you what the name is.
No, it's one that's actually extinct. Like,
Okay.
and nobody in the modern demonic really remembers it.
I just wanted to make sure you weren't about to frantically Google something you could just get in about 2
No.
seconds.
It's a bloodline that's no longer extinct. It's gone. They don't exist anymore. So,
Well, obviously, at least one of them exists.
well,
that one ascended to godhood, so the bloodline ended when he ascended.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Zeus still had a lot of kids.
Yeah. Like,
How
Waller, you bastard! I swear to fucking God, if that's where you go with this.
What?
Good, he's not thinking it.
No.
You were born from sex of the Traveler. There you are. Your entire bloodline was created that way.
His mom was a blue grave cleric, and his dad was a...
His
daddy left a baby in mommy and kept right on traveling.
Wow.
You gotta get those
My
cigarettes.
forte.
Exactly.
His name was Odd. There we go. That's a good demon name. Odd. Yes. That was his name.
And what
That was his
bloodline
I mean, I guess
was
it's better
Odd
than apples.
from?
His own. The Odd bloodline?
Oh my God,
Yes.
there is no fucking idea.
No. I don't know.
It's an odd thing to say.
Waller
It's
was
an odd
not.
thing to
Waller
say.
was not.
So he's
Welcome to my pain.
so
What
he
I-
springs from an oddball.
What I'm getting from this is Waller completely did not expect him
No.
to fail this wisdom check.
No,
and
I didn't.
went fuck.
I didn't expect to have to go this early with it. No, Odd is the guy's name, and that's where a lot of the that's odd. Or how odd was that? Like, that's legitimately where all of the mannerisms of odd came from. And the word odd literally probably came from this guy, and people forgot. Yeah, because that's just kind of who the guy was, to be completely honest.
He was just odd.
Yes, he was odd.
He was a demon that fought for good.
Which is odd.
Yeah.
And that's why odd is a thing. There you go.
Fucking pun.
The pun. I made a pun. It is great. There you go.
You just see Gozzik shoots at something at the sky. It's like everyone's like, "What are you
So
shooting at?"
wait, was this tiefling blue-skinned and had his mouth kind of taped shut without horns?
No. Different.
Different
He's
odd.
different, yes. Anyway. Anyway, but yeah, that was him. We called him Odd. That was his name. I don't know if he actually had another name. He might have. But him and all of my other all the people that I rolled with and fought with during the war were the ones that put me away.
Because roaming the world for a prolonged period of time when you were human to begin with, it can fuck with your mind. That's out of character as all hell.
Mm-hmm. I would hope so.
Voyage, we fucked up and opened the
So,
Pandora.
any more questions while you're zone truthing the Pope?
There's honestly probably time for like one more question.
Yeah.
It's only a 1 minute thing.
Got one more question there, Scamos.
How do you know who I am?
Easy to read people. And I am pretty powerful. I can see through disguise pretty easily.
Gamos, who are
Some
you?
people can read others like a book.
Or-
And Cam's gonna close his hand and the book's gonna disappear.
Yep.
When Star asks me who I am, I'm gonna simply answer the truth and tell him my name is Scamo Saman.
My name is Scamos. I am Scamos.
And
the
let me know.
spell
Yep.
And the spell
I
ends.
am.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, you motherfucker.
And
He
Victor
asked me
comes
who
back.
he asked me who I am.
Victor comes back. Does that answer your questions?
Some of them.
What else do you have then, Scamos?
Figuring out more what you've come.
I don't know if you want to go down that rabbit hole or not, Scamos.
Certainly better than blind faith.
That might be the right course of action here. Who knows? And he looks right at Darius as he says that.
Blind faith leads to nothing but trouble.
Worked for my followers so far, I think.
Has it?
I don't know. Why don't you ask
but it
Darius?
works. You're lucky and still stupid.
Why don't you ask Darius?
My statement stands in his case.
Oh God.
Rude, motherfucker, rude.
I have
Bam.
never disguised my opinion of your beliefs.
You want to know my intentions? Is that what you want, Scamos? They're gonna make you sleep better at night.
Somewhat.
My intention is to destroy chaos by any means necessary. Bring balance and peace back to the world. I remember a time when there was no chaos.
And do I need to roll another insight check?
You want to?
Well, I'm trying to find out if I need to tell if he's telling the truth or not. Since
I mean,
it's been a minute.
I mean, you can if you want, or you can just accept it on blind faith that he is telling the
No,
truth.
fuck that.
The episode of Unblind Faith. Here you go.
16.
Last time on Blind Faith.
Yeah. Yeah. No. From what you can tell, he's being honest. I think it's probably the most honest he's been with you since he's been here.
I guess I'll have to take
Now,
that.
do you want to question my methods or how I do things? Then that is completely, in your realm to do.
Battle Pope.
You may not live to see the changes, but you can surely question as much as you want.
Is that a threat?
Of course, it's a threat.
Interesting.
He's a battle pope, man. What did he do to the last pope? Because he was causing shit.
I think, yeah, you can tell Darius is completely blinded by his fucking blind faith to the Pope. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm just gonna leave it at that. If he wants to leave,
I think I'm no longer welcome here, so I will take my leave. And you enjoy your trip back to Alaron. We'll take care of the rest here. And he exits the room and leaves you as a group to, if you want to discuss and react, you can.
Cam's gonna watch him step off, and as soon as he disappears, he's gonna turn. As soon as the Pope disappears, Cam's gonna turn to Cam's go. So what was that about the disguise?
Yeah, I'm curious too now.
And we just outed Scamos.
I knew
I
this was gonna
think
happen.
you may want to
Blade.
admit
Scamos.
things now.
Gamos, so you understand, we have seen a lot of shit, so I think I speak for everyone here when I'm pretty sure whatever you throw at us may not really affect us.
I want Arrear's reaction to this too when this happens. This will be hilarious.
It just-
Arrears.
Is
Darius
Kazar
is just
here? Is Kazar here right now?
encouraging.
You are?
Yep.
I'm gonna
I've
look
just
to
been
you.
kind of leaning against the back wall. kinda.
Scamos looks to you. And it's that look of like, well, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm just gonna,
He just kind of
the last.
gives a
Christian-
shrug of
Sorry, go ahead.
kind of gives a shrug of I'm sure it's not gonna be that bad.
The one you already have to worry about knows, so you're good.
Yeah, that's also true.
The last
Yeah.
Christian zealot
You-
had major interactions with decided to light me on fire. And I'm still working with this one.
I mean, lighting you on fire really doesn't work, though, does it?
Yeah.
Did then.
Oh.
Well, let's. Oh, fuck it.
Arrears nervously,
Go
like,
on, go on, Scamos.
And
Reveal it for everyone.
Shit, I can't
Wait,
even do it the way I would want
You
to do it.
know?
And as soon as he says you know, I'm gonna shrug the I'm
Yep.
gonna shrug the cloak off, and I'm gonna revert back to my
I'll let you describe
actual
it. Go ahead.
actual form, and you're gonna see the shimmer of what seems to be a pretty decent illusion spell fade and disappear. And you're standing before you is going to be a 5'6" tiefling. Skin's gonna be a deep tan color, hints of red all over his body. Hair is going to be dyed purple, but the dye is kind of wearing out, and you can see that underneath it, it's naturally red. And it's just your standard regular old tiefling now standing in front of you with, you know, all of the usual stuff that Scammo's carrying.
I forget how are tiefling swords go? It doesn't matter. You wouldn't comment on them anyway. And you trusted him before anyone else?
I didn't
You
have
have a
much,
death wish?
I didn't have much choice in the moment.
He really did not.
It was tell him and get stabbed. It was tell him and maybe get stabbed, or not tell him and definitely get stabbed. I would have preferred no one to find out. But that lying bastard didn't give me much of a chance now, did he?
I
And
think
it's
that's
very
more
clear.
direct.
It's very clear that the lying bastard comment
Is
is
it the
directed
Pope?
at the Pope.
Yeah, and it's pretty.
Also,
it's,
also the GM.
yes.
No, it's pretty much only directed at the Pope.
Well,
I can
Yeah.
spare I can spare the GM side of Waller and beat the shit out of the Pope side.
yes. So, Darius, you could take that for what it is, because he blatantly makes it obvious that he's talking about Victor.
Yeah, you want to
That is a sentiment
want
I
to
can at
piss
least
off
sympathize
the
with. It
very
when-
powerful person going into godhood. Yes, you do that. See how that ends for you.
Well, considering he didn't do much from we were ripping him apart with questions, and I'm very
Probably
surprised
yourself
he
on his shit
sat
list.
there and listened. Having second thoughts, are we, Darius?
No, I believed if he didn't have a need to tell us it, he didn't have a need to tell us it.
that spell does include nothing to actually force answers from him.
Yes.
well, I mean, Darius, I didn't see a need to tell you that there was a lot of dynamite on the ship, but you felt there was a very good need to know.
Because it could have killed all of us.
Not.
I want to know
Who
what
would be better
fucking-
off maintaining quiet?
I still want to know what the response from Arir and Gazik are.
Go ahead,
Arrears.
guys.
You now see a
Or-
tiefling in front of you.
Surprise
Arrears
demon.
just gonna literally. There's no reaction on his face, and Arrears just gonna say, "So you're still gonna help me with those runes, right?"
I
Mr.
generally
One
thought it
track
would be
mind himself.
Yep.
I generally thought it was going to be like there's no reaction on his face, but he is slowly pulling out his
While
rape whistle.
while still looking at Gazik, since he was the one that brought it up pretty much last, I'm gonna flash Arir a thumbs up.
No, he's just
Okay,
gonna
good.
flash a rear.
No,
Woo!
no.
I
Arrears
mean,
got
he is a bird.
Arrears got to pay to see this.
I, I don't want to go with like response, but Guns is getting like standing his ground. I've seen worse shit.
I've seen worse.
Seen
I
worse.
grew up in the deep
I've seen
reds.
I've seen
worse.
a crazy or a normal looking famished kid turn into a zombie. So I've seen worse.
Yeah, that was an interesting
That one.
day.
Yeah.
At least I'm glad to know that I'm not going to be stabbed in my sleep for this.
For the moment.
If the Pope wants you dead, you may not wake up one day.
Yeah, well, if the Pope wants me dead for asking questions, it just proves all the more he has something to hide. I'm gonna look dead at Cam and go, he's lying, and I'm sure you can tell that.
Well, the
Wasn't
world
when
of
he was under the
perfect
effects
order.
of the spell. Although there are many ways to lie without lying.
Yeah. And
Oh,
that's
truth.
what concerns me. He's hiding something, and he doesn't want us to find out what it is. And it's not in one of those, oh, it's for their good that they don't know my ways kinds of things. It's one of those, if they find out, I'm going to have problems kind of things.
Maybe like a grand plan when he wipes out all of chaos and tries to make everything perfect order.
No.
Or a grand
I-
plan,
you-
but it wipes out all of chaos, except he doesn't and actually takes control of it.
Yeah, I'm leaning more towards that. The fact that he was sealed away, forced by the decision of other people, means he did something that upset them enough that they deemed that was necessary.
Well, in all things in life, there is balance. Order can't exist without chaos.
So, in other
Okay,
words,
Magnus.
if order can't exist without chaos, then destroying chaos will destroy your order.
Yes, or it leaves a perfected version of it, which the perfect order is basically slavery. For all.
Why did you just fucking call me?
So maybe that's the Pope's goal, just enslave everyone to his will.
I mean,
I could
after
see
those
it.
words, that could possibly be something he is planning.
Darius is questioning lots of things right now, and I like
No,
it.
Darius is
Not
Darius
being
is
given the
sounding
choice.
he's playing it smart. He's not openly questioning, but when other people question for him, he takes the information to add to his own knowledge and his own decisions.
So
Because
wait,
even he knew wiping out chaos would be completely impossible without leaving something possibly
place.
worse
Yeah.
in its place.
are you telling me that there's potentially an even worse, more annoying holy man than you who would make us all slaves and I couldn't do my explosive shit anymore?
Pretty much, yeah.
Imagine a world that was pure chaos, Array,
No
where everyone was free to
explosives?
do whatever they wanted to do at any one time.
Oh. Oh, that sounds wonderful.
You'd say that, but there'd probably be many a person who'd want to kill you,
True.
or use your
Actually, I'm
explosives
pretty sure
to
there's
kill
a
you,
lot
or
that already want to kill him.
a world that is perfectly one or the other never would work.
As long as I can continue my research in
Without some form of
explosives.
you probably wouldn't last too long.
Yeah, and we're just gonna pull out a piece of paper, start jotting down notes, and put it back in.
World of perfect order, no explosions. World of perfect chaos, possible explosions,
Maximum explosion.
high chance of
Of
death.
death.
No, and this is out of character because no one sees what he writes. He fucking puts down, think about Pope killing weapon.
Oh,
Yes,
Rear,
I believe a
yes.
mortal can totally can totally concept a weapon that can
He
kill a
just-
person
mean,
essentially.
It literally is just a note
Mm.
on a piece of paper that is like,
If a bunch
I
of mortals can kill Vecna.
basically Arrear's train of thought is if Darius won't even let me have this little tiny bit of TNT, what would the Pope do if he is strict in his order and
Oh, I
even
like
worse
this.
than
So good.
Darius?
So good.
Look at Tazar, and I'm gonna ask him what he thinks about all this, where his opinion lies.
I think he's up to no good.
And I just wanted to point
And
out.
now I am questioning his entire following.
Tazar, you are getting a very big pull of like this is probably why she brought you back.
I'm not going to say anything about
Yeah,
it.
but I'm just saying. For
But
you,
he's
just
got
for
that
you.
in the back of his mind.
Yeah, like this.
But he does say he is questioning the Pope's entire following.
I'd say question certain ones. I can probably bring my own order around, and then there are the crazy orders out there
I
that
am
we could
still
probably use.
questioning the entire following. I trust no one at this point who follows the Pope, Darius. I am sorry, but blind faith doesn't do
Didn't Darius
wonders
just
for
prove
faith.
it's not blind faith?
Dazar, you sounded like you were trying to defend the Pope, so
That's
You, Tazal was trying to defend the Pope. What?
No,
no,
see,
to Tazar, he sounds like you were defending the Pope.
I'm throwing out concepts that Darius is thinking of. That yes, if Chaos is
So-
destroyed and only Order is left,
What is
would end
Darius's
badly.
in-character reaction? Just so everybody's on the same page here. Let's make sure everybody's on the same page with that Brexit.
Darius still believes in. So for Darius, he still has belief in the religion, in his religion and everything like that. It's just that he can see the downside of a world without chaos, and he understands that if the Pope does manage to wipe out all of chaos, what that would mean, which is just as bad as a world with chaos running everything, or chaos running overflow over order. When one has more power than the other, it throws everything out of whack, is what Darius's standpoint is.
Hey Darius, just the Dwarven belt.
I do still
Yes,
have
he
that
does.
spell. Everybody
Anyway.
clearly wants a comedic moment here with the fucking dwarven belt.
No,
No.
it's not gonna happen here.
I'm writing something down and that just popped into my head.
Everybody forgets the dwarven belt. Even
It's
Darius
just
forgets the
standing
dwarven
here
belt.
having this big
Tazar,
fucking
do you
serious
have-
moment, and then just
Suddenly
beer.
Does
Like a
Tazar have
fucking
anything
airbag
to?
deploying.
Does Tazar have anything to add to what Darius? I'm assuming you explain his thinking and thought process.
I do.
So.
Tazar says nothing.
You guys all go to. It is pretty late, and the camera as the camera kind of pans away through the door out through the ship, and it shows Victor, very much like the Emperor Palpatine kind of walking. He's walking down into the.
Called it.
He's walking down into the ruins, and he's got some of the knights with him, and they're going down to go deal with things. And
Like go talk to his demon boss.
well, or take their power. You don't know. You'll have to find out. But you see him disappear in power.
That's the thing. True powers of one side or the other could easily corrupt and convert that power to theirs.
Yep.
So basically, if he starts doing that to all the demons and making all the demons now beings of order rather than beings of chaos, this is literally the Shivering Isles DLC. That's what this is.
From
From Oblivion.
God bless your soul, sir. God fucking bless your soul. You read my goddamn mind.
Okay.
You read my
Okay.
goddamn mind and cracked that zone of truth like a boss.
Anyway, and I think that's where we'll end the session. We'll pick it up next time. So that's a good way
God,
to end it. And it's a
you
good
fucking clutched that.
session. We did a lot more context and
He's
questions.
a fucking crazy demon bastard.
He's not a demon. Don't have any illusions on what he is.
All right,
He's
stream
more
coming
of
in.
your order. He is basically